Yeah, yeah, Murray, got the world in a spin. Blades in my hand, got the world in a spin. Javon's knife flicks, let the show begin. Every move sharp like the edge I hold. Stories untold, sharper than gold. Flick life, twist life, every frame tight. Knives on the screen, cutting through the night. Subscribers piling up like stacks on stacks. Javon's in the zone, ain't no turning back. Clicks and views, yeah, they fly like sparks. Knives in the dark, carving out my mark. From ballad songs flipping to the sickest tricks. Javon's knife flicks where legends are lit. Every video's fresh like a polished blade. Precision and grind, that's how dreams get paid. Cutting through limits, breaking the streak. Javon on the rise, every fan's heartbeat. From tutorials fire to unboxings insane. Content so slick, you won't leave the lane. Blood, sweat, grip, stealing every flick. And Javon's world sharp is the only pick. Flick life, twist life, every frame tight. Knives on the screen, cutting through the night. Subscribers piling up like stacks on stacks. Javon's in the zone, ain't no turning back. YouTube was good. It's your boy Javon.
This is Javon's Knife Flicks. 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 Every day carry for your viewing pleasure. We just having fun together. Haters try to say we weird, but we doing better. Knife community is all that matters. Welcome to the Knife live stream. Be yourself, say what's up, put the knives up. We on the stream, have a good time. Welcome to the Knife live stream. Be yourself, say what's up, put the knives up. We on the stream, have a good time. This is Javon's Knife Flicks. 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 This is Javon's Knife Flicks.
My channel may review knives, but I have the most fun on the lines. Settle in and grab a snack. Javon and his vibe will arrive to attack. Talking blades and casting shade. There may be some friendly debate, but please no hate. Wow! My channel may My channel may review knives, but I have the most fun on the lives. Settle in and grab a snack. Javon and his vibe will arrive to attack. Talking blades and casting shade. There may be some friendly debate, but please no hate. But please no hate. My channel may very few knives, but please no hate. But please no hate.
I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a Friday night flick and you know it's going down. Get your friends and your knives and let's have a good time. Got that blade click clacking and I'm ready to go. Gotta check the homie Javon to see what knives he's got.
I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's Friday, I can't believe we made it. It's Friday.
I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started. Let's go live on YouTube. Ooh. It's a Friday night flick and you know it's going down. Get your friends and your knives and let's have a good time. Got that blade click clacking and I'm ready to go. Gotta check the homie Juvan to see what knives he's got. Oh, gotta check the homie Juvan to see what knives he's got. Oh, I can't believe it's Friday and we made it. Get the weekend started, let's go live on YouTube. It's Friday, I can't believe we made it. It's Friday.
Lights go dark, the stream comes on. Javon's here, the vibe is strong. Click and clack, the steel in sight. Every edge sharp in Friday night. Knife flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide. The craft with steady flow, steel and story you'll wanna know. Flick of the wrist, how smooth it goes. Every frame a master show. Knife flicks dance under the light. Blades that shine and cut so tight. Handles spin and edges glide. Friday night flicks worldwide. Karambit steel, every flick has that cool appeal. The chat goes wild when he reveals a masterpiece you wish was real. Viewers locked in, they can't resist. The flick of steel's a weekly twist. Carving moments, he makes it slick. Juvan streaming, doing the trick.
A little bit, but are you high on cigarettes? And when that stuff runs out, you're gonna wanna make it. Are you high on cigarettes?
Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Let's watch Juvan's weirdness and get high on cigarettes. Do you know that you're right or wrong? 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 He don't smoke 'em, but he loves it when you do. That's why he's high on cigarettes.
I told you to go to bed already, would you please?
I'm not tired!
I told you 5 times to go to bed.
Oh, come on, Jim, please.
Hey, come on.
Is this what you had in mind when you asked me to marry you?
No. Remember when you first fell in love?
There's something more like this in mind.
Keep it that way. From the Mormons, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
What is going on, guys? What is happening? Good to see everybody. Happy Friday. Starting a little early tonight so we can slide into said faction on time. Kathleen Smith was here early. What's up, Mrs. Kathleen Smith, channel member? We got Marco in the house. We got Brother Heyman. Angelo, channel member. What's up? Marco, good to see you again. You were here early. I don't know if you're back yet. I don't know if Heyman's back yet either. But anyway, I wasn't planning on I was kind of planning on starting early and thinking about moving the time up to 8 o'clock just so we've got that extra 15 minutes. Good to see you, Nick. in case we get long winded or somebody comes and joins us, like next weekend, we've got a really cool guest. What's up, Narashi? Good to see you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Hang around a while. Hang around, chat, get to know everybody, and a wrench will probably be thrown your way. Wrenches may be going away, but that's in the future. We'll have to see about that. Madiaka, what's up? Nannerpuss, channel member, what's up, brother? Mad Yako's got all kinds of cool stuff going on. And brother Richard Hopkins is in the house. Good to see you, man. Channel member. Chris Baylor, what is up, brother? Welcome, welcome. You'll notice some different knives on the table. And I've actually misplaced one. I've misplaced a Amazon exclusive Bulldog, but these are Kaiser. These are September and one October or August Kaiser, and some of them I wanted to point out because I've done little reviews on them, but there are a couple here specifically, and I'm not a slip joint guy. This trestle here, whether you get it in the pimped out version for about 160 bones, or you get it in the Vanguard series for about 80 bones, this is a fantastic traditional. And then you guys know Loot 10 Texas, brother Mark over at New Breed EDC. This is his raise. I say his, it's a collaboration between Kaiser and him. And I got to play with the prototype of this knife at Blade Show when we were at the Kaiser Social. But this knife turned out exquisite. It's got leather. There are different types. You can get it in carbon fiber, but this one's leather, inlays, titanium with some milling for grip. It's a gentleman's knife about the size of a PM2, flat grind that's very slicey and also very pokey stabby. And I think just a fantastic knife. And I'm a huge fan of Loot 10 Texas. I don't know if y'all watch his lives on Saturday, but he's an excellent designer. He's got the Wingman right now, one of his own designs on the website. I think he's got it crazy price, hollow grind for like $150. But we'll go to his website here in a second. But then this is another really unique design. I'm not a big Barlock fan, as y'all know, but this one is like Kaiser seems to do, makes them snappy. But this is called the Stiffle, something like that. I'll have to read it in a second. But it's got a full aluminum backspacer, carbon fiber, S45 VN compound ground blade, amazing action, crossbar lock, which they call the clutch lock. The Staffy. I messed that up. It's a Staffy. But then my second to most impressed after the slip joint is this little Vanguard series value knife, probably around 70 bones. This little guy is available either in 14C and rich light aluminum micarta, or you can get an Amazon version in G10 and AEBL. And what makes this knife unique, it's an internal design, but it's got contoured handles that are extremely ergonomic. It's got multiple deployments. So you've got a regular flipper tab, you've got a front flipper, and you've got a deployment hole, all of which work wonderfully. You got this deep hollow ground blade that is super slicey. I've got a review on this knife coming out tomorrow, and I've just been extremely impressed with it. For what it costs, I think it's like 68 bones for the AEBL, 69 for the micarta or the rich light in the 14C, and then I think it's 89 for the aluminum handled 14C. It's just a really cool design. The swell in the handle makes it extremely ergonomical. It just kind of butts up into your hand. And then you've got jimping right here, and you've got jimping up here. So it's just, I think it's a well thought out 7-inch, smaller EDC knife, but it is a banger. And these are some nice knives. Richard picked these up today, a couple of these guys. Neil, that is awesome. Small Centros is very nice. I've gotten a couple of recent CJRBs and I've been extremely impressed with them. I used to have a lot in my collection when I first got into knives, but I've got I think this is called the I forget what this one's called, but it reminds me of a pyrite with really light G10 handles. And it's a bar lock, but it's also got this little nubbin back here. It's kind of like a Demko, but it's attached to the bar. So you can accentuate that bar several different ways. But my favorite CJRB is the most ridiculous. Hey, Paul Mills, it's the Nanner. The Nanner is an amazing design because it's a trailing point, but the trailing point's still lower than the handle. So in terms of it being like a food prep or a slicer or I'm on a cutting board cutting stuff, this knife is amazing. Just a regular bar lock, about 45 bones. And I'm going to look at some more CJRBs just because they seem to be under that price point of Concept and Kaiser. They seem to be under that $50 range, which is, it's not something that I'm currently into. Hey, Cliff, good to see you, buddy. It's not something that I'm currently buying because I'm not buying anything, but it's something that built my collection and my love of knives with CJRBs, Savivs, Kaiser Vanguards, which at the time were a little less. But guys, keep your eye out for the Seagull. The Kaiser Seagull, this one's in rich light, and 14C. Just a great knife. Little beater, multiple deployments. Very nice ergonomics. This choil is determinate where you've got jimping on both the scales and on the actual tang. So the choil will suck you in. Liner lock. But this little Vanguard slip joint. They make this in several different configurations. This one happens to be the Damasteel or their version of Damasteel Damascus. But if you'll notice, there's no blade billboarding. It's all on the spring. But it is a snappy little sub $100 slip joint. And if you don't like Damascus, you can get it in 14C2. But it's got a very determinate choil with jimping here, and it doesn't close at 90 degrees on purpose. So when it closes back. The spring's still flush, but it does that so that you don't get unexpected finger cuts. But very nice slip joint. And then, guys, I've got some suspicions on this knife that are just fantastic. I mean, this knife right here is titanium, carbon fiber, S45 VN, flat grind, not a hollow, but it's under $170, I think. I think it's well under that. And I've seen a couple of their other colorways, and they look very, very similar to another knife in the market. I just think it's interesting. Great walk and talk. It's very well designed, and ironically enough, it comes with its own leather slip. So there's that. I thought that was pretty cool. I've been very impressed with Kaiser stuff that's come out lately. I've got a couple of cool things that I hope would be here. I haven't checked my mailbox today. There may be something out there now. If Tippy shows up, I'll go out there and check it. But yeah, I hope to have a live unboxing. But I don't think it's come. Somebody getting ads? Did you get ads when you came in, or are you getting ads during the live? Hold on. Hold on, let me check something. Let me get in here. Their manual. So the ads automator's not on. Y'all let me know. All right, Cliff, if you get any more, let me know, because if I'll share, I'll share. I'll show you how my stream's set up. I run it through StreamYard, but I have to look at YouTube Studio to get my chat. And I've got my ads automator off. So you should not be served ads unless I serve you an ad. If we take a break or something and I serve an ad, which I don't do, but you shouldn't get any. So if you do, keep me posted, because I do have issues. I'm just glad that the YouTube names haven't come back. I've been in other chats from other sectors that have nothing to do with knives, and they're getting the names like we used to get, where it would show your Google name instead of your screen name. And there's nothing a creator can do. We have no control over that. I wrote a text message the night that it happened here, the second night, and it went away. But my understanding is they're rolling out a lot of new stuff. Sweet. I think it's just, I think ads, because I used to be in the digital ad space, but ads are targeted to people who fit certain demographics, certain behaviors, certain characteristics that an advertiser wants to reach. So if there are advertisers out there that are paying high CPMs for a certain type of person, YouTube may override it because the CPM could be so high, for all I know. What ads are trying to do is get a relative ad to a buyer that might use it. And a lot of people say, well, I get ads that have nothing to do with what I look for. And if you're on a family computer, that's not uncommon. But if you're on a computer that just you use, the ads that you're served should somehow be something not in YouTube, but in anywhere online. Should be something tailored to something you've bought before or something you like. The only way to fly mad, Yako. Keep Jesus with you, brother. Thunderdog, what's up? Anybody ever had to get out a strip pocket clip screw? As a matter of fact, I have. Is it stripped in the liner? Can you not just pull it out? Or is it just not turning? Because a lot of times, depending on what kind of knife it is, what's that 1931 Leatherworks? What kind of knife is it in? Find it, Gog. Because it could be spinning in the barrel, in which case you just need to hold the barrel. If the screw itself stripped, like on the head where you stripped it, you can take your bit and cram it in there with like a little strip of cloth or anything to try to get it just to grab. Now, if it's Loctited in there and that's why it got stripped, it's a sandrin, the screw head is stripped. Okay. The sandrin's probably got some Loctite on it. So what I would personally do, I don't own a heat gun. So what I use is a blow dryer. I will take a blow dryer to my pair 2 that's locked up with Loctite, and I will sit there and I will just wear that screw and that bearing out with my high blow dryer, trying to gelify the Loctite that's in there. And then I'll go back in with my Torx and I'll take idealistically a thin piece of rubber, a piece of rubber band, or something that I can wedge in the star and then wedge in whatever's left of the grip. And hopefully by loosening up that Loctite, whatever's holding it in the first place, it'll come out. I've been lucky with that. Worst case scenario, you can sudden it to sandrin and they'll drill it out. I don't feel comfortable drilling them out. Yeah, they do. I mean, Loctite anytime, and I've got some bougie drivers, but when I fall back on, when I've got something stuck, is my Weehaw stubby. I'll put my Torx wrench in here, and if I cannot get it, I always push deep into it, because a lot of screws these days are kind of crappy. But I'll push deep into it, and if it doesn't turn, I immediately go to the bathroom and get the blow dryer. And I will sit there and literally make it where I can't hold it. I'm holding it in a towel and just heating that one area where that screw is. And typically that jellifies the Loctite. And once it comes out, I clean it off with alcohol and go about my business. But that's just me. And knock on wood, I've never had one. I had to send a Protect back once because it had a little bit of detent lash. I bought one of the first like 100 Mordax that were released. Ooh, you might not want to get it too hot. You don't have to get it. All you're having to do is that Loctite. I forget what the melt rate is on it, but you don't even need a heat gun that they use in body shops. If you just use a blow dryer, it'll do enough to loosen it up. The trick is getting you a little piece of rubber band, or something that'll help you grab what's left of that screw head. But I've seen it done. As a matter of fact, Metal Complex, I don't know how you'd search it, but there was a video I watched several years ago when I ran into a similar issue. Now, luckily, mine was on a Spyderco and I had extra hardware. So once I got the screw out, I had one to replace it with. Ain't no hating. You're just expressing your boundaries, dude. Boundaries are comfortable. And what we don't realize is boundaries aren't implied, i.e., not everyone has the same set of boundaries. So it's good to share what your boundaries are. And that's just communication. I wouldn't say there's any hating in that, Mad Yako. And that's what's funny too. I love, and that's why I never ever censor chat. I think it's great. I love the fact that some of my best friends are some of the biggest, most effective trolls in this whole community. And they say things just to make people feel, because to see if they can. And the thing that I always tell people, and the thing that I have to do, because I get comments thrown at me all the freaking time, is just ignore that stuff. Most of it, just ignore it. Thank them and move on. And don't take it seriously, because a lot of times it's just joking, and jokes don't always translate when somebody's typing it. Because if I'm typing a joke, something I think funny, and then I'm the recipient of that joke, and I've had kind of a weird day, and I get it, and I think the tone of that motherfucker, I'm not necessarily thinking that it's all in fun, because it's hard to. Oh, dude, it's all good. When people mock, they're usually just poking fun, dude. Everybody in here, that's one thing about, as long as I've been doing this, my chats stay and my lives stay very consistent, very what I consider a good turnout, a small turnout, but everybody knows everybody in here. And we have people that come in, which are welcome all the time, that find their way in here. But it's a place where you guys can chat. You guys can, if you have those disagreements, what I always say, never let a disagreement end in a chat room. You've got DMs on Instagram. You've got Instagram phone calls. I've had several that have come up that I've resolved with phone calls, and they've turned out to be some of my favorite people in the community, because we talked it out and we realized that we just either don't agree on what we were talking about and we agree not to agree, or we realize that we misinterpreted what was being said. So never leave a chat room thinking that somebody is not who you always thought they were. If you have an exchange with them, or Blade Show is so powerful in so many ways, because you meet so many personalities. And I say personalities because when you see them online, you're seeing personalities, but when you meet them in person, you're seeing people, you're seeing humans, and you realize so much about the things that happen. I can only imagine, because I was a terrible texter when I was in relationships or even at work. I hated texting, but it's so hard to communicate little jabs or even have a conversation in a chat room, because when I'm reading them, I don't know if somebody's talking to me or somebody talking to somebody else, but it just is not the normal communication, but it's what's become normalized. So depending on where you are in your chat vernacular, i.e. what generation or how much experience you had chatting, you're going to perceive things differently. It's just the way it goes. But no, everybody's here is good. And you guys always debate, not hate. And we have hate from time to time, and that's okay. As long as I always say, if something gets you upset or somebody says something and crosses a boundary, keep in mind they might not have realized it was a boundary. Send them a DM because relationships are important, even if they're just relationships, even if they're just acquaintances. It's good to have good acquaintances, even if you don't agree on everything. Plus, I don't think harboring anger is a good thing. For me personally, it's not. Now, it took me about 4 years of AA to come to that realization, but that's neither here nor there. That's just the way it is. Melting point is zirconium, which is the one that they did at Grimsmo where he made the hardware. That might be another material, and it's so flammable. It gets really, when it gets hot, it like combusts. It makes like a really hot fire. Dang, Ross has got it going on. What's up, Paul Mike? Man, y'all are going quick. I can't click on people. D-Metal, what's up, brother? Geek Machinist, what is happening, guys? Hey, everybody, send out positive thoughts, prayers, and love to Blade Walker. I know y'all all think about him. If you don't know him, I'm going to pull up his channel. He did a video that was kind of depressing because he had a turn when he went to the doctor. But he's a great guy. I went to his live stream after the member stream 2 weeks ago, and he was doing a lot better. But he's got about, if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. Watch his last video and leave him a we're pulling for you, buddy, message. I just think it's a good thing to do. I think there are a lot of really good people in the community, and there are a lot of creators that, are doing as much as they can, but they're fighting some pretty serious battles, right? So Blade Walker's one who I think a lot of, really nice guy. I enjoyed his live streams. He's going to have to take a step back from YouTube for a little while he deals with some health issues, but go comment on his last video, wish him a speedy return, and y'all do something kind for somebody's stuff. They're made of zirconium. It doesn't say alloy, but for $600 knife, wouldn't be surprised. But it still seems like, is the hardware? What's the hardware made out of? Were they just shallow, or is it a soft metal? Are they made out of some exotic metal too? Because I know I've heard this from other Sandrin owners, they use a lot of that white Loctite. I mean, they don't build their knives, I don't think, to be taken apart. I think when they put them together, they cinch their asses up with like more Loctite than Benchmade uses. And Benchmade uses a lot. A couple of new cool Kaiser fixed blades. This is this one came with the first time I've ever seen a clip like this, which is a belt clip, but it can also be used as a pocket clip. This is called the Quartz. Hey, everybody, Kyle's here.
What's up, man?
How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Just living the dream. I was showing this Quartz, and I'm going to take the Kaisers off the screen. I've got a bunch of them out here, but this is the Quartz. It's a beefy little small knife in Nitro V. I want to say it's in the 65 bones range, something like that. Hey, Kyle, you know that little stray cat that's been coming around?
Yeah.
The little motherfucker's got me rubbing on him now. He's coming up to me, and right now
somebody clipped that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Tippy's outside with him now, but he's just chilling on the porch. It's supposed to storm here in just a little while. So if the internet stream goes crazy, it's because either I hit the wrong button or the storm knocked it out. We're supposed to have 50-mile-per-hour winds. That's not a lot, but for Huntsville, it's a lot when you don't have a window in your car and you've got a tarp over it.
Well, one could fix that.
One needs to fix that. One needs to pony up, get his deductible in range, and just make it happen. Titanium clips, screws. Kyle, you might be able to help synagogue here. We've got a and maybe he sends it to you, but he's got a Sandrin that he stripped a piece of hardware in that's Loctited to death. So he talked about heating it up to get the Loctite to melt if that's what's holding it.
Okay.
But I suggested maybe getting the bit and like a little piece of rubber band or something that you can wedge between the bit.
That's exactly what I was going to recommend. That works like a charm.
You
gotta get those thick rubber bands, like the ones that are like real wide. But that actually creates the gap between where the screw is stripped in the original bit, and adds grip to it.
So heat it up first, then get your rubber band ready, and just go to town on trying to pull it. And use a short, the screwdriver that I always reach to when I've got a stuck screw is my Weehaw stubby, $13.
To me, these are the best bit drivers.
What's that?
The little Weeras.
Does that give you good grip? That looks like it'd be.
Yeah, it's rubberized, and then you can hold on the back of it and push down on it. You can get.
I always push down. I always always embed them in my palms. I think
that's two kinds. They got a little one like this one. They got one that's slightly bigger with a bit holder on it that locks it in. I use those most of the time. I mean, I've got like one of those County Com ones, the spinning ball titanium bullshit, and I end up always going back to these. I just keep different bits and different ones.
Yeah, I try to do that too. It's like usually nowadays you see only T8s and T10s or T6s and T8s, but every now and then you'll find the Spydercos that have 3 sizes that are a pain. I hate switching out bits when I'm in the middle of a disassembly.
Yeah, I got one that's got a 6, one that's got an 8, and one's got a 10.
I tried something. Tried screw grab, but it failed completely. Is screw grab like a epoxy type stuff? I don't.
What you can do too is worst thing comes to worst. If you can't get it out no matter what, take an old bit that you don't care about and literally like JB welded or super glue it into that hole on the strip screw. Wait for it to dry completely, and then crank it, and it'll come out. But then you're gonna lose that. You're gonna lose that bit and that screw. But who cares at that point?
You're gonna back it out. Is what you're saying? You're saying get it JB welded in there. Let it set up.
So if you got a screw and this screw is stripped out completely, take an old bit, just a plain bit like this, that will fit in there, and weld that or JB weld that or super glue it in there and wait till it sets, and then wait and then break it out, and then you're going to lose your bit and your screw. But at that point, who cares? You're getting it apart, and then you can replace those. So,
what's up, Ryan?
What's up, guys?
What are we doing?
Just chilling. Just got finished doing some work at the hotel room.
And here's another trick that I tell people too.
You're not home, buddy?
No, I'm in Russellville.
Did the whole weekend, or do you get to go home tomorrow?
I'm gonna be here the rest of my life.
No, you're not. Chicken man, no, you're not. You got this shit figured out. You said you were back into your comfort zone. What the fuck happened in a week?
I am. Can't you tell I'm not as stressed?
Yeah, I know. And you sent me a text today that I only read it on my phone. I haven't looked at it yet, but it was very, very good information. And I'll tell you, I've gotten through about 30 of what's now 200 comments. So I'm not making progress.
I have to do that every day, man. I get so overwhelmed if I think about everything. It's like, so I quit this. If I've got a million problems in front of me, I don't think about a million problems. I just think about the most important one first, then the next one, then the next one.
So the funniest thing, and Kyle's going to hate this, but I've been learning different AI scripts, not for just YouTube, but for finding jobs, for doing all kinds of different stuff, and how to empower AI to make your day-to-day business easier to run, right?
You're correct. I do hate that.
I know, but it's here, and it's effective. So, but anyway, I've been doing this little YouTube script to take my video, it transcribes it to words, and then I drop it into a script in ChatGPT, and it comes up with a 4-sentence description and a title. Well, it never spells shit right. Well, the last 2 days on my Kaiser videos, my Kaiser title has been spelled Kaiser. I've had people comment. I've had to go in and change it.
They're just going off of your heritage, John.
I know.
Hey, man.
What's up, everyone? I missed. Sorry. Hello. Back to what I was saying though, real quick on the where's my thought? Where was I going with that? On the strip screw. I don't remember. If I remember again, I'll say it. But
you were at the JB Weld, and we were talking.
Richard Hofkin. I'm not meaning to talk over you, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Nick, one of my biggest things, I don't know if you're talking about my failure to start, but that's always been, I've been this my whole life, a terrible procrastinator, very much able to get things done. But my YouTube, if you want to call it a hobby, I've always jokingly said in lives, which I don't reach a lot of people, but I don't go into my comments. It's social anxiety as much as it is being overwhelmed. But I'm starting to.
Geek Machine that's exactly why I don't have one, because that's what it would devolve into, and that would be a lot of content. Because I got
you would engage in a I never if somebody tells me I get at this big argument and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, I'll say this is a fixed blade, blah blah blah, and people aren't. It's not a fixed blade. It's a full tang, and I'll come back and go. A full tang is a fixed blade. I think of a fixed blade as a knife that doesn't fold. They're full tangs and they're partial tangs, but they're all fixed blades because they don't fold. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've had. But do y'all think of a fixed blade has to be full tang, or is a fixed blade a knife that's not a folder?
No, that's someone being pedantic and being an ass.
Anything that's not a folder, is that not a folder?
Or from another country who doesn't know any better.
I'm kind of confused. I thought if it wasn't a folder, it's a fixed blade.
Yes, that's what I think too.
Okay.
That's what I think too. But I have people tell me in comments, and they could be new to the community, that's actually a full tang knife. And I'm like, yes, it's a full tang fixed blade. And I never say you dumb mouth breather. I'm very nice. Fixed blades held in place. Any non-folder is fixed. That's how I've always thought of it. And the way the reason is when I early got into the fixed blade obsession, I would always go to like White Mountain or DLT, and I'd look at the knives based on fixed blades, and I'd see partial. Oh, dude, that's so beautiful. Kyle, have you seen that?
Yep.
I love it.
What do you think about it, Kyle? I know you haven't held it.
He's going to. I'm going to send it to him.
It looks cool.
Did you see how slicing Jason got it just by doing his slicing?
Hey, he said this thing. He said like, I'm not good at sharpening it. This thing's got a pretty good edge on it.
Yeah, I mean it was going through paper.
It went through cardboard today. I said I got some cardboard here. Hang on.
I mean, who doesn't have cardboard in their hotel room?
I've got them Henrys over here, buddy.
There was a quote that when I was at Spectrum, I lived by, and it was painful, but I forget if it was Mark Twain. And Kyle, you probably know this quote, but it's something about if you've got frogs to eat your biggest frog first thing in the morning, or something like that. What's the quote where you want to take your most dreaded task and do it first, and then work backwards?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the part of that is it's just learning to prioritize to be efficient. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the most.
You're right.
Or the hardest. It just needs to be the most important to get the efficiency done to get through it.
Exactly. You gotta figure out how to triage, put things in order.
What we used to do. So like I'm old fashioned when it comes to that. Like I have my to-do list. I had to have written down. Like I had, just a legal sheet, and I had all the things I needed to have done, and I would have them numbered. So like of importance 1 through 5, and then once you start on it, you circle it. Once you finish it, you cross it off, and then you can go back through and look at your numbers because they're not necessarily all in order. You can just write them down as you're thinking about them, right? But then you can go through and look. Okay, where are my 5s at? Do I have all those done? Then I can work into my 4s, work into my 3s, work into my 2s, so forth, and get through your process.
See, I used to do that religiously. I mean, more so than that when we would get a task started, at the end of the day, I would assign those tasks values. I turn it in every week. It was just part of what my workflow was producing, right? And presentations, closes, things like that. But as a self-employed guy who makes videos, I could do so much more. If I had like, I'm going to start at 9 o'clock and I'm going to do this. I'm going to start at 10 o'clock and I'm going to answer comments. I'm going to do this. But I don't do it. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys?
How are you, my man?
Look at that boy.
We went to grab some dinner, and the place I wanted to eat's on Broad Street. We got all the way there and realized it's First Friday. So,
hey, First Friday ain't bad.
No, it's not bad. We just weren't expecting it. So you have to park 3 blocks away, and everything's busy.
Is First Friday like their big night?
Yeah, they have a bunch of old cars out there. All them old men bring their old old hot rods out there and park them. And
well, look at the flip side of that. Y'all get all excited. You drive down there. You get there. You go in. You order your favorite shit, and they go, "We don't have that." Yeah. And you go, "Okay, I want this," and they go, "We're closed."
No, that didn't happen.
Nick, I'm not sending you any money.
Shane, Kyle, I'm gonna check my email. I found this email, and it may be this. I'm gonna put the email in the private chat, and you tell me if you recognize this email. But the person I was communicating was different than who I thought it was, and I found this in my kind of archives.
I don't see it.
I haven't put it in there yet. I'm looking. Okay. I'm looking for my sent items.
What's up, guys?
How are you doing, buddy?
Shane.
I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it because that's a mistake. I'm going to quit doing that. But I got Crispy's blade and his handle materials back today, and I haven't been this excited about a knife in a long time, man. I guarantee you people are going to want one. And I'm not talking about I'm excited about it for that reason. But that thing's going to be so beautiful, man. I'm really stoked about that knife.
Chain.
Oh,
what you got there, Kyle?
Package from Chain that showed up.
So box I sent him.
I haven't opened it up yet, but
I got all my belts in. I got more magnet cut in for more frets. Yeah, man, I'm all so stocked up, I guess.
Well, I'm waiting on a fret or two, and I'm going to do the big video. You, Kyle, and I'll talk before I release it or even film it, just to get to make me feel comfortable. But I'm ready to put it out there.
Yeah, I think me and Kyle have talked about this a bunch in the past, and I really think he's always used like Aries for an example, and you and I have talked about it too. I think that would be a good idea is for us to try to just drop 5 a month and see if they sell, and we just keep doing that until they quit selling.
Yeah, whatever's comfortable. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's any reason to try to do more than is comfortable with the other projects that you've got going, because you got to keep that in mind.
I got the magnet cut to make more, but
Rashir Bear, what's up?
I can always use that for something else. But I got some S90V in for Ryan's kitchen knife.
Hey, Shane, Bashir's about to blow out, but he's sending you some love.
I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about that whenever y'all want to. But I feel really good, man.
You look good.
I appreciate it.
And that's hard for me to say.
I look good. I ain't shaved or nothing.
Well, you don't have
you
shit
got a lot of color.
like you normally do.
Do what?
You don't have dust and shit in your hair like you normally do.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So that's good. Javon, that's the same email I got.
Oh, is it? I mean, well, that's the email address that I sent it to. So that's the one you're using?
That's the one that I was trying to get a hold of Daria on. And then I've got Victor's personal email that I was emailing him on.
I could not find all, because he and I communicated, and I asked him a question a long time ago and never heard back. Maybe I need to send him the same email, because I need to send you a copy of the email, Kyle, because it wasn't at all mean, but I said, please stop by the live if you're ever available. We promote, TS Prof every night, and I just want to make sure that our relationship's still strong. Because I've got TS Prof scrolling, and we show, the system and talk about it every night because it's the system we all use.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to buy a system right now, which I don't have the money to, but if I was going to buy a system as a maker or just an iPhone or whatever, from everything I've experienced, I would still buy the TS Prof.
I can tell you
I
that
understand that some people like the Wicked Edge, and Kyle, I know Kyle dislikes it, but even other than Kyle's dislike for it, my thing is I don't like the motion. I don't know. Maybe it's because of my health issues, but I don't think that motion would be very relaxing for me.
I think they said 500 hours before you feel comfortable with it, or is it 5 days?
I don't remember, but
there's something on the website that talks
for that
about
price, man. I mean, you're talking about a maxed out system, around $2,000. I just when I got to use yours at Blade Show, if I had been using my work chart, I'd have literally been in a shit mood after 30 minutes. The ergonomics just aren't good. It's not stable. It doesn't feel good to hold it. That TS Prof made sharpening those knives as shitty a job as we did.
well, we tried.
Sharpening those knives almost.
Those were hard knives, dude. Your heat treat was fucking well represented.
Yeah.
But
welcome to my effing world.
Yeah.
Especially when there's not bevels.
The little guy you met, Shane, at Blade Show, Tate, the 20% owner of Knives and More.
Right.
They do sharpening, and John has a wheel for like slip joints beside his table, and
like a Tormek wheel.
Yeah, and Tate's got. It looks like a ceramic wheel that you would pedal with your foot.
Wheel.
It's an antique, I think.
Yeah.
But on Tate's desk, he uses the TS Prof like Kyle has.
Yeah.
Because people bring their knives in there for sharpening.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I wouldn't want that on all my knives. Everything has a place, like a lot of people. Justin really enjoyed everybody ripping him about going to Ace Hardware and using that new laser scan.
I love that on the live.
I think it's a great idea. It's not a great idea for us.
It's the stupidest shit ever invented.
It's not a great idea for us. None of us would ever use it just for the chance of it running your blade.
But your construction worker.
What are you talking about?
99% of this new sharpening setup they've got at Ace Hardware, you go in there and pay $7, and it does this laser scan of your blade, and then drops down and makes a few passes and sharpens it for you.
That sounds like a gimmick to me.
I understand all the reasons why it's a bad idea. However, for 95% of the population who aren't fucking knife nerds like we are, and who wouldn't appreciate Kyle's edges, most of those people have spent their entire lives with dull pocket knives. I think it's a great idea for those people.
You get what you pay for, though, and that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely you do. Absolutely you do. It's not the same thing.
No, I mean, if somebody literally came off the street with a Kershaw and didn't want to spend the money to have it redone, then yeah, whatever, that's fine. But
I can tell you right now, when I was a mechanic and I carried that CRKT M16, if there had been an Ace Hardware close by, I'd have went by there once every couple of weeks and used it. For a non-knife person, that's a great idea. And
see the knife clamp in there?
I think it's smart that
I like
Ace
how the dude's
Hardware is
hands
offering
bandaged
something.
up. He definitely don't need a sharper knife.
See the blade?
It was funny though. The first knife he put in, the scanner wouldn't read it because it was different blade shape. You needed to get a different knife to put in there.
Well, I look at it kind of like a key cutter in a different way, right?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
It's definitely a robot, but it's doing some intense measuring before it ever goes. And
I don't know that I would label it intense. I don't know what. And you may be right, John, but I don't know how.
It's a robot pull through, is what it is.
Yeah,
it is a robot pull through, but those things are rotating.
It's not pieces of tungsten; it's little abrasives, but yeah.
You don't know what kind of abrasives they are, or the
But
quality
think
of
about
it.
this, guys. Before we all got into knives, and before we knew anything about knives, before we knew how to sharpen a knife, this service wasn't widely available.
I would have loved this service.
Just
But
think
my
about the
point
poor
is-
midget that has to spend his life in there running that machine.
My point is, if people get
Oh,
used
we
to
found
that,
James a new job.
if people get used to that and experience that and see what it's like to carry a sharp knife, that could be a stepping stone into them owning better knives.
And wanting to sharpen their knives because it's,
Oh, we
it's
gotta stop, man.
intimidating. I can tell you, sharpening knives is intimidating for even me. And I feel like I've sharpened with almost every system, and I'm still intimidated by it. But I found a series, Kyle, that TS Prof has that's it's a series of 4 videos that are common mistakes to avoid while using their system. I've started watching them.
I will say this though: if I found out any of you guys went to Ace Hardware and were using it as a sharpening service, I would most certainly judge you and think poorly of you for it.
I think it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
I think for the masses,
Take care, William Henry's
non-knife
down there, buddy.
people, it's a good
Yeah.
idea.
I'm going to carry every one of my
Isn't
William
OCD going to do some more investigating with it? Didn't he say that he was going to continue to test it? I think he said he was going to do it because he got such a positive feedback, or so many people were
I was
engaged.
shocked that Kyle didn't bring up the fact that it is a concave edge, though. It's not a flat V edge.
Well,
Now,
it can't be.
No, it's going to.
There's 2 wheels, right?
It's sharpening like this because it's little wheels.
So
Is that ideal? No. Is it better than what 95% of the population carries around their pocket? Absolutely.
Is it better than I could get on a stone? I bet you.
Yeah. Well,
if I had a
might be
flat
better-
stone,
it might be
maybe
better
not
than
you,
non-
Kyle. I'm talking about somebody like me. I probably couldn't get a good, even with the work sharp, feel sharp. I couldn't get a good edge.
Well, the field sharp's not designed to be a sharpener. That's a touch-up system. I mean, if someone like Paul Mike can figure it out,
that's what I'm wondering.
Anybody can figure it
Great
out.
question.
I mean, anyone can learn how to hand sharpen. It's not easy to become great at it, but you can get the same or better edge than what that thing's putting on there without a whole lot of learning.
Yeah. But Kyle, most people aren't gonna. They have no desire to learn that. I just think the knife community is always going to hate it and look down on it. But it's not a knife community thing. It's a normal people thing.
Paul, don't feel personally attacked.
That was all love, and there was no math involved, buddy.
Yeah.
Kyle, did you take Dang Ross's pair of 3 to Ace?
Absolutely. Saved my money on those guys. Just took them up there and ran through and then sent them out to you.
I mean, 100
I
years
wonder if
from now,
Lacey
it'll be
knew about that machine.
it just comes in and laser cuts you a new edge anyway. There's no telling where it's
All right. So my thing about it was, let's talk about the premise of it is okay for someone who doesn't care, doesn't give a shit about the knives. But you can't compare that to what I do. It's a whole different.
I don't think anybody was. Though.
No. I'm saying, but in general, like that was what the whole discussion was about, price and everything.
Yeah,
and
that's where the joke got started.
Right.
People were comparing it to what you do as a joke because they knew where that was going to lead to you rage baiting and
that was getting in your feels.
It was perfect for that.
So, but like, okay, you don't have the option to pick the angle you want, the grit finish you want, the quality of the abrasives, figuring out, what you need for that exact knife. Like you have no control over any of it. It's just a crapshoot. So that's something that, you take in there with a $40 knife or less that you don't care about. I would not put that on anything else.
No. I'll say this too, Kyle. I think this whole theory that it is laser reading that knife bevel, I think all it's doing is pointing a laser at it for show. And when your knife goes up in there, those wheels are slightly spring loaded to apply a certain amount of pressure. I think all that, it reading your blade, I'll almost bet money that's all bullshit.
That's what I say.
Let's think about this.
That's just for show.
It is.
I think those things are spring loaded. When it goes up between the two wheels, They're spring loaded. They apply a set amount of pressure and cut a bevel. I guarantee you
that machine would sharpen this knife just the same as it would sharpen this knife.
You take two knives in there, a thick knife with a 25-degree bevel and a thin knife with a 15-degree bevel. I guarantee I would be willing to bet money there's no difference in what it does.
The only difference that I will say, though, is when he first put the first knife in there, it said it couldn't read it.
Right.
Based on the blade shape.
Yeah, they do that every so often just to.
But let's think about this. If that machine was made in China, and it's not going to be like one of their factory machines, but we've all seen how a grind like this is pulled through in China. I mean, it's not optimal. It's not
it's on a belt, which I'll take a belt over I would rolling wheels like that.
I thought some of them were rolling wheels when they did hollow grinds. Am I mistaken?
That's how they grind the bevel. That's not how they sharpen them.
Well, that's how they sharpen them at Alabama Damascus. They run it between. They've got two contact wheels that are just near. The belts are nearly touching, and they sticks it up in there and drags it through.
Well, that's a horrible idea.
Well, they're also $25 knives. So,
but the point is, like what John was talking about. No, they do it on a belt.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm glad of is that. My knives have when you buy a knife from me, it's never been belt sharpened. Because that belt, microscopically, right on that very thin part of that apex, even if you touch it and can't feel it, it applied heat to that apex. There's no way it didn't. So
that's why you never judge a knife based off its factory bevel.
Right.
Because that factory bevel 99% of the time is going to be burnt.
Yeah.
That on the edge. And that's the thinnest part, so it's going to gain the heat the fastest.
Yeah, that's been proven. Yeah, there's not even any arguing that anymore.
Yeah, you got to wait till you get into actual good steel. And
typically on a Spyderco, it's the third. The third edge is typically over twice what the factory edge was, and then the fourth was usually about where it settles in, and that's kind of what you can expect until you wear it out.
Because it burns back that far, it gets heated, and the steel just doesn't have the same property.
Yeah, I mean, when it's that thin, it's gonna get hot super fast. I mean, there's just no way to keep it cool when it's down.
Same as when Shane's grinding a knife.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah, when Shane's grinding a knife on he's got it on the platen, the thinnest part of that edge is going to get hotter before the spine does.
Right. You can watch when I dip it in water. I don't know. You guys can't see that on camera. I really wish I had a better camera set up. But all I'm watching for when I'm dragging that blade across, because like sometimes you'll see I'll make one pass and dip, then the next time I might make two. That's not just by chance. That's because the blade is wet, and what I'm watching for is that water. Where the water, because you've ground it and it's nice and slick, the water makes a nice even coating. It's perfectly wet. It's not beating up. Like all the metal is the same amount of wetness. And when I drag it across there, I can see that water start to evaporate on the opposite side, the side I can see. And once it evaporates, I re-dip. Sometimes that happens in one pass. Sometimes it happens in 2 or 3 passes, depending on the amount of pressure I'm using.
So that's how much heat you got.
And that's not an exact science, but when I first started this, I was curious because I didn't have one of those misters. So I would check it, and anytime I let the water, I would grind until the water evaporated. Right on the edge, I can put the laser right on the edge. It was about 250 degrees, which is fine. That's below.
That's not going to change anything.
No, that's below your temper temperature, so that's fine.
What's the temperature?
Most of mine are around 300.
I guess it varies
based on the steel. Yeah. So here's another weird thing. First of all, I need to address this. Fendagog, I don't know you, but that's why your screws are stripped out and your pivot sucks. Sorry.
I think he's making it funny.
I know. So was I. The Shane, have you seen the Jerry Moen?
Kyle, I don't look at Jerry Moen stuff because I can't afford it.
Oh man, he's got that
grinding jig.
The grinding jig's amazing, but
yeah,
no, he's got
$1,000.
It's not that much. It's like 3 something. Ryan's got 2 of them.
Ryan's got 2 of them.
Brian Kim's got 2 of them.
I was about to say, what have I got?
The
one I saw was over $1,000.
No, he's got a platen that's
it was solid tungsten and
it's water cooled or something, so it keeps the platen actually cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Dude, that guy is an absolute legend.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you look at, I know we did this in the wood shop, but you can look at a piece of equipment that seems out of range and realize that you can literally recoup the expense of that equipment a lot quicker than you would think.
Possibly. Kyle and I've talked about this a bunch of times. I'm not jumping to buy a 2x72 just yet because I'm happy with what I'm getting out of the equipment I've got. I may buy a 2x72 and realize, oh man, I could have cut my time in half, or I could have had better quality had I had this all along. Right now, I don't know that.
No, and there's no need to go there because it's working.
Gosh, you're right. Some of them do use constant water, but it's a really fine mist. You still have to dip. All that mister does is keeps you from having to dip as often. I don't have one, so I dip more often than those guys do.
John, I don't know who this dude is, but he's great. Get him a wrench. I like him.
He's been asking for a wrench. I'm going to get him a wrench in a second. He's communicating.
He ain't got no wrench.
So Brian, you
little fucker.
Or I mean Shane. Brian had the mowing jig
coming for you, Fin Dog.
Yeah.
And his broke, and he was sending it back to get fixed. Well, he didn't want to wait the downtime to get it fixed.
Somebody got him before me.
So he emailed it.
Emailed
Jerry,
right,
and ordered another one so he could have one while he was fixing his.
I got you.
So he ended up with 2 of them.
Fin Dog, you're safe now. If you step out of line, I will take your wrench. But I'm sure
I
you
may have
won't.
an opportunity to buy a 2x72.
Hey, Sierra Rick.
Purpose grinder, a HRC tester, all kind of stuff. But we still got to talk details. I don't know that I necessarily need it, but
Is that who I'm thinking it is?
it is, yeah.
Just decided up and quit and lick his wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
fire sale.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
So I may be able to make that happen, but I'm not. If it doesn't, I'm not sweating it either because I'm pretty happy with the results of what I got right now.
Yeah, I mean, what would you want that just to test all your heat treats?
Yeah, and the grinder, like I said, I may find with
the grinder I can see, but the HRC machine.
Yeah, that way I don't have to drive down. It's
Well,
not really a
part of
whole
the
lot
deal.
of. The only advantage to that, I like the way I'm doing it now. But that guy's old. What if I drive down there one day and find out he died? Then I got to start all over.
Well, wouldn't you want to find him, or you just want him to lay there?
I'm just saying, that I don't know that I can depend on that source forever, and finding another source is always a pain in the ass.
So you're just using the man.
Yeah.
Until he dies.
He's just
Until he
using
dies.
this old man. Like, he's taking advantage of this old man over there.
Oh, this old man is not being taken advantage of. I promise you. I ain't gonna get into what he does because he doesn't advertise it.
So he traffics cocaine.
No, there's like NHRA drag engines all inside that shop. He doesn't just build engines, so he builds engine parts. He grinds camshafts and heat treats. All that stuff. Huh?
Read that.
Hey, that's what I'm thinking right now, Paul. Paul, for a guy that doesn't take jokes, you make them okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Would Javon just up and leave us? Or no, he said he was getting wind tonight. Maybe that's his internet going out.
He may have gone out. We'll just take over his live.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
We're gonna start watching all kinds of stupid drama on YouTube and posting it on here.
It is kind of fun every time I go down there. Him telling me that my knives are ruined. He's like, this one ain't no good. This one ain't no good. Ain't none of these no good. You've earned them all. Because he thinks they should be 58, 59 HRC.
Ruined them all, so we've all been buying ruined knives.
In his opinion. Yeah, because he thinks they should
I don't
be.
like this guy.
He thinks they should be 58. Well, he's just
this guy also loves 1095.
Right. They should be at 1095 and they should be 58 HRC, and he doesn't understand at all what I'm doing. All I care about is that number. The machine's calibrated. I'm looking for a number, and as long as I hit it, that's all I care about.
Well, Shane, if you need to work out a deal to get those, I might be able to help out with.
I think he's going to be very.
Man, StreamYard sucks.
I think he's going to be pretty willing to work with me. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it like it's a for sure thing going to happen, but yeah, I think he's going to work with me on being able to acquire it.
I just meant I'd barter my services to take care of the missus to pay off some of your debt.
Oh, man. Since when I take jokes, I take jokes. All of them. It's not that you don't take them, Paul. It's that.
Could y'all hear me when I disappeared?
That's kind of becoming part of your shtick.
No.
That kind of hateful face you make when people joke at you.
Kyle, I think you kept it alive, dude. Because I crashed out. My internet went out for a second. It's getting windy here, and it was just spinning. I couldn't see
the wind affect your internet?
Huh?
Why does the wind affect your internet?
Because I've got my AT&T high-speed line comes from a pole in the back. It's not underground, and it hangs about 8 feet off the ground. And if it gets real windy, it's loose, and it just gets jacked up. I've noticed it before.
Why don't you go out there with the step ladder and push it up?
What's that?
Go out there with the step ladder and push it up.
It needs to be buried, dude. They should have trenched it and buried it. Everybody does underground utilities now. It would have been easy.
I have completely changed my algorithm on my Instagram reels. Every other reel I scroll through now is making fun of electricians, and it is so much fun, dude. I only send you like a tenth of what I see.
Fred, can you hear me better now?
The stuff's fun. You ought to walk around on a job site.
Oh, I have.
It's so much fun.
I'm not going to call myself an electrician, but I used to do that a long time ago. But
Shane, that one you sent me earlier, I went to go look and it disappeared.
The CD Lamb?
No, the one before that, whatever that was, because it showed that it was there, but it was missing.
It wasn't the one him throwing with the football.
No, it was the whatever you sent me prior to that. Because when it shows up as a blank link, there's no link to it. It won't show anymore.
I don't remember what I sent you before that one.
So something got pulled down.
Yeah.
So I'll give you all a little sneak peek into next week. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
This is Jacob had a drop today at Very Good Knife Company.
Yeah.
And he is going to hopefully join next Friday night for a little while, for a few minutes, to talk about his stuff and how he does it. You've met him, haven't you, Shane?
I have. Jacob's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy. But this Nitro V, his Nitro V is about 225, and his 80 CRV for the same knife is 175. And those are Grip Tech, which is a really great material. I can highly recommend Grip Tech. But hopefully,
it's just reels making fun of electricians, but it's pretty funny stuff.
My Instagram has just died. I went to a professional account and immediately got flagged, so I went back to a personal account. I get 90% of my posts are only viewed by people that follow me. So, I mean, I post there, try to once a day, but I get no growth. I did it first. What's up, Stevie?
I don't know if it's because of the knife content or what, but yeah, I don't do well on Instagram.
Shane, this is something you never heard from me before, but you did a pretty good job packaging this.
I tried on that one, Kyle.
You did a pretty good job with your package on this.
I've got
packaging.
It would have been better if you said package.
What'd you get?
It would have been better if you just shut up.
What? Mom.
What'd you get in?
I don't know. Whatever he sent me.
Oh, you're looking at him now?
Yeah, I haven't opened it up yet.
It's
opened
just
it up now.
it's a couple of my personal knives and some kitchen knives. This stuff y'all seen before. He's just getting check this out. I forgot I even owned this. This was at Brian S.
I like that.
I really like that. Hey, spray some water on that.
It's already pretty shiny, dude. I'll wipe some spit on it. I don't think it's going to get
it's going to melt now.
I don't think it's going to get any shinier. It's weird. All his blocks have this
dip chunks on
little imperfection, this little nick. Every block I get from him, it must be something in his mold.
That's the
trademark.
Shane, that's the when you stabilize wood like that and resins like that, you're always going to get voids. Even
no, that's not stabilized wood.
I was saying,
like it, and that's why I like it, because it looks like it, but it's not. That's all synthetic. Then I got some black thread carbon fiber in stock. I got this, which is also shred carbon fiber. Let me see if I can get it open.
Ow, damn.
Sorry about that. Tip was at the door. What's up, Andrew? Lucky Dog Knives.
What's up, Andrew? What's up, Palmer?
What's happening, buddy?
I got this like silver embedded shred carbon fiber. This one I was mad about when I opened it. Man,
I'll make you big for a sec.
I was super pissed when I opened this.
Yeah, I got answers from email.
Because this is not at all what I ordered. And then I realized that, it's got a coating on it.
It's got to be like a clear coat?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That silver twill.
So do you use that on top of a lighter, or do you put that with something else?
It's pretty wild.
I'm probably not going to do just a solid scale in this. I think that'd be a little gaudy. So I'm going to use it as a bolster with another material. I ain't made up my mind which yet. Maybe some nice walnut or some of my other. I could always I can always mate it up to put just like a 3/4 inch line onto this in here. Anyway, yeah.
Very pretty. Hey, Fred's got a question for you, Shane. I don't know what it means.
I don't know what that is either, Fred. I'm sorry.
NTPT or TPT? I could guess, but I'd probably get a strike.
Shane?
Huh?
I want to publicly state this. These kitchen knives you sent me,
yeah,
by far the best work you've ever done.
I think so too.
These are absolutely, they're not machine perfect, but they're not supposed to be, but they're stunning. Like
I'm pretty proud of them.
I thought the same thing, the ones I've seen.
Your work is getting much, much better, dude.
Yeah. Now, the only downside to that is, I feel like I get better literally every knife. The only downside to that, though, is like you start to want the old ones back. You're like,
right.
I want all those back so that I can make them like this, and it's just, you just learn little things even when you're not setting out to learn. You just figure things out.
You've always
That's what I like.
But this is a whole different level of progression. This is more on the fit and finish level.
Right. That orange one's not so pretty, but it's just because it's orange. But that's weird fault, and he's a weirdo.
No, I'm talking like the blade finish. I mean, everything on this looks much smoother and, just sorted out. It's very, very good.
Hey, Shane, Palmer says NTPT is a company that does carbon composites.
Oh, okay.
And a few other types of composites as well. So if you're not aware of them, it might be one that.
That.
And Fred said he's got it on some of his cooler stuff. Oh, let me make you big. That's gorgeous. See, I like the orange handle.
That's fingerprint. Sorry.
Everything Muirsalt buys from me, he wants it with orange G10. So I just wish I could have done something with a little more pop, but that's what he asked for.
That's very, very ergonomic too.
Now think about that, Kyle, compared to that piece of S90V I ruined trying to make your mama kitchen knife.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, I can tell you some of my favorite knives are like the early Joke Wolf. I've got one of the first Luck knives, one of the first 5 that NAF ever made. It's very rough compared to what he's making now. I've got a very early Carry Development that I traded for that I didn't even know who Carry Development was, but Tim gets embarrassed every time I show it. And I was like, and I've got some Jason Grants that are, I mean, early, when he was just doing chisel grinds. And to me, it's cool to have that lineage as you see somebody get better, and you can have it in your collection and say, yeah, he made this knife. And then 2 years later, look what he was doing. I just think it's cool to have it. I wouldn't want those back. I think that's just laying your lineage out there.
The Shane, and I'm not bullshitting you. These are by far the best handles you've ever done. Those are very well made.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, Brian F did those. Hey, Kyle. No. I'm kidding. Finna Dog's got a question for you.
But I mean, even how they're lined up, I mean, those are.
What do you think about those triple liners?
The liners are fantastic, dude. They look stunning.
Yeah,
it's
a pain in the ass. Yeah, it takes a lot more time. But instead of just doing, one white liner, it's a white liner, a red liner, a white liner, and then the scale. But I just wanted to do something, to. I don't want to say set myself apart. But, yeah.
I agree, Fred. Hey, Kyle, can you or Shane answer that for Finagog?
It'd be a waste of your time and money to send it to me. And I'll tell you this, if you send it to Kyle,
I mean,
better not have thin skin because it sucks. He's going to tell you it sucks.
Yeah, I mean.
But you also want that. If you're making a product, you want to know if it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be an asshole to you, but I'll tell you if it's good or not. I'm an asshole to you, but
he'd be an asshole to you.
I appreciate that.
Oh, man. Nice. You do go down to the lobby, Ryan, of the hotel room now. I like.
Y'all don't like my hotel room?
No, I don't.
I got a daggone piano.
Kyle.
I'm pretty sure Mike Emler stayed there one time.
No, it was one of his guests that was on there. That was the cook guy. What was that guy's name? Yeah, he had that same background every time.
Hey, that's Nico's friend. I'm gonna have to stop that conversation. That's negative. That's Nico's friend. Hey, Finadog's trying to offer you something, Kyle.
Yes, Purple Heart. What?
Read Finagog's little question.
We were talking about that. I said, yeah, I'd be more than willing to try it, and I'll give you advice. But like Shane was saying, I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna.
Well, that's what he wants.
John, whatever that was you posted in the private chat is asking me to sign into Xfinity. I don't know.
No, you don't want anything.
Don't click it.
Yeah, don't click it. It's just trying to get to your email. I was just sharing an email that I found because we're having trouble rounding down one of our buddies, and that was an email that I had for them.
Well, okay, so Vindigo, I'll tell you the trick to it is the concentration of diamonds in the suspension needs to be good, and your suspension has to be quality. It can't be just generic. I mean, it needs to be well mixed.
It needs something to make it stick to the straw. I don't know what that is.
So I don't know what the suspension is in those different.
There's different substrates you can use to put it in so it actually will hold, but some of it doesn't take it nearly as well. I'm not an expert on actual making because I don't make it, but I know I can tell a difference when I've tried different ones as far as how it actually stays in suspension.
We had a chick in the community that was she was just buying diamond emulsion, mixing it with some water, and putting it in a squirt bottle.
And Shane was promoting her.
It wouldn't stick to the straw. It's constantly got that's a whole other thing. If you're doing a spray bottle, it's going to constantly clog. You had to constantly shake it. You may have nailed it on the first try, and I hope you did. But
well, the thing about all those is you're going to get some clogging, and you're going to have to shake it consistently because that's just the name of the game as far as
To
how
mix it up.
Not like hers.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like even all of them. Yeah. So again, yeah, vegetable glycerin and isopropyl to help it stick, but it's a matter of there's here. Let me grab a bottle of it. So like,
Yako, yes, you can use a belt grinder to grind the carbon fiber. I mean, you don't want to use a 36 grit belt.
You want to wear a respirator.
You definitely want to wear a respirator if you're working with carbon fiber.
So if
That's
you can
my
see
favorite.
What you got there, Kyle? A little Coke?
Gunny
Yep.
juice.
that, so like that is you can see it's from the side very well.
It's settled.
Yes. So then getting it in there, but he uses a I'm trying to remember the name of what he was using. Shoot. Hang on. I will give me a second. I'll look into it and find it for you. But then my favorite is not that. My favorite is stroppy stuff. I got to order.
That's what I got last time. I like that too. I had to buy it from Jared's store though, because there was nowhere else that had it. And it took like 3 weeks to ship.
Yeah. Oh, Shane, by the way, we were talking this. You weren't here the other day. You know how the prices of stuff are going up?
Yeah.
This is a 15 ml bottle of Gunny.
Right.
And then they make the 30 ml bottle, which is big, a little bit bigger. And the 30 ml bottle used to be like $36. Guess what it costs now?
What?
$77.
Holy shit.
It's over half or over twice as much.
And the 30 ml bottle for stroppy stuff is only $41.
Thank you, Richard. You're awesome, brother. So stroppy stuff they still must have in the country. Is that what we're guessing?
You're the man, Richard. You're the man, my dog.
No, stroppy stuff's made in the UK.
Right, but maybe I'm wondering what's the cause of the stroppy stuff going up and the other not going up as high.
I don't know what his reasoning is, or if he just.
It had to be the cost of one of his supplies, whether it was his diamonds and the tariffs or something that made him go up that high. See that little knife? That is either the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth knife that Null Knives made. And it has got Kyle's edge on it. Kyle, what did you think of this little knife? You remember sharpening it?
Hang on 1 second. I was looking at something else.
For Lefty? It was a Squall from NAF Sergeant.
No, I don't remember sharpening that for Lefty.
You
I
did.
don't know that I did.
You did.
Did I?
Yep. Because when I bought it from Lefty, he had just gotten it back from you, and he wasn't carrying it anymore. It was 3.5 years ago. It was it was around the time you sharpened the Chickadee.
Okay, maybe I don't remember. But I very well could have.
Sorry, guys, I'm ordering reading glasses. I was sitting here squinting trying to read the chat. I thought, man, there's no time like right now to get me some reading glasses.
You know, I've got some Wicked Wax Geek Machinist, but I haven't used it that much. I like, for my blades, I've not felt as comfortable with the waxes as I do with the with that KPL food grade safe, just oil. I like to keep a rag kind of moist with it and rub my blades down with it. And I like this, like if I'm going to be out in the weather, I like this frog paste, this green mini smelling paste.
I think if you're wiping it occasionally, if you're putting that much effort into it that you're even conscious about it, probably any of them will do fine. You know, I haven't had any
It was messing with his hands. There was a
I haven't
chemical.
had any issue with Yako's Mad Wax at all. It works fine. But I know Big Red did kind of an extreme.
Mad Wax is the
He put bars of 1095 outside on a stump and went out there and was spraying them with salt water. You know, just the worst possible conditions. And that CPL like was levels better than anything else on the market. It outperformed all of them. But how many of us are spraying our knives with salt water, leaving it sitting outside?
None of us. But Geek Machinist was saying that he'd been using the Wicked Wax, and it caused his eczema to flare up on his hands.
Oh.
And it's something, that he might be mixing with it that he's allergic to or that's not agreeing with his hands. Not that the wax itself's not good. I just kind of went off on a tangent that for me, I used to love rubbing the wax on the blade and then wiping it off. It was therapeutic till I cut my fucking finger. And then I went strictly to oils.
You were special, buddy.
Yeah, I used to rub straight down away from the blade, and it was on a TRM.
I can't find my Mad Wax anywhere, dude. I got a brand new can from Tyler, and I really need to wax my Rex 121 before it spots up again. But I did get.
I've been using the crap out of it. I put it on everything.
Yeah, I did get my KPL eraser that I used John's Amazon link for. So let's take a moment to remember that even if you're buying dryer sheets, if you're buying dog food, go to one of Javon's videos, go to his Amazon link. It takes an extra 10 seconds. Buy whatever it is you need to buy, even if it's a memory foam mattress. And John will get a few bucks for it. There's no reason not to do it.
Hey, have you tried that, rubbing it on it yet?
Yeah, I did it. It got all of it. There's just a real faint, very light spot. I may could rub it more and get that out, but I was happy with it. I just stopped there. But those bad looking spots, it removed them.
Who was that? Oh, Benadog. The key, I had to go back in my search and find it, but the key that on the substrate to hold the suspension in it was using graphene in there with the PG.
Right. And Yako, I wasn't saying that to downplay your product. I want to be very clear about that. I'm saying if people are conscious enough to be buying coatings to put on their steel to protect it.
Well, that was also before his stuff was even made. That test.
Right. If they're already conscious of it and doing that anyway, you probably don't need that extreme a test to find out. I mean, CPL was designed to protect the inner workings of machine guns.
I've got some of that orange CPL that I use on my blade.
Used to clean and lubricate the inside of M16s, the 249 saw, all that. The main thing is get something. It's even better if you get something from somebody in the community and support them, then you'll probably be fine. That Rex only did that because that was my fault.
CPL's good, but it's not my favorite for guns. Like, I like other stuff for that, but
I am glad you tested it though, Tyler. I mean, that's cool that you tested your product.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that basically puts a seal on it just like it would on a car, right? I mean, wax is basically just locking everything out.
Right.
What's up,
before I got the Mad Wax, I was using Said Stevie's beard oil or beard balm. That's what I was.
Yep.
I just rub it onto the blade and buff it off.
I know this sounds silly, but every material, whether it's the paint on your car, the steel on your knife, they all have pores to some extent. And when you put that on there, it's literally closing those pores off so nothing can get in there and damage it.
Even if it's at a microscopic level.
Exactly.
And that's where the rust starts, is in those little pores.
Correct. Or the edges.
Yeah.
So what are our blade finishes that are most resistant? You start with like a DLC coated, and then you go down to, is it the satin that's the most likely to get because the pits are stone washed?
No, it's the stone wash. The bead blast is the most.
Bead blast.
I like the bead blast finish too. I mean, it's not an issue if you're bead blasting stainless. I like the way it looks. I did it on a couple of kitchen knives, but in all honesty, I did it on those kitchen knives because those early kitchen knives didn't look like the ones Kyle has right now. I wouldn't dare bead blast those. The grinds look too good to cover with a bead blast. But yeah, bead blast opens those pores up and allows it to rust easier.
Shane.
Yeah.
Is this little tiny blue guy sold?
Huh?
Show it, Kyle.
No, because it's not ready. It's not ready to be shown.
Okay.
But that's
Snot Rags.
Oh, that one is okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Snow Trog.
Yep.
Oh, and I also had good news. I think I already told Kyle, but John, your joke wolf is laying on the table to shop awaiting scales.
I'm in no rush, dude.
I had already told Ryan that apparently I oversold them because there weren't enough, and he was fine with that. But when I got all this material back from Brian F., I wasn't aware that Ryan's knife was there. It still exists. So both of y'all are still getting your Joke Wolf.
I'm in no rush.
Yeah.
I'm really ready to show that Fred off, though.
Yeah.
I forgot I even had a Joke Wolf coming.
Dude, it's I've got one of Shane's first.
I'm not sure what you got coming, right?
Those should be headed your way, I do believe, John. Terry,
I'm in no rush for them.
Terry, is that correct? I think you said you got all those sent out.
What's up, Terry?
Terry, what's happening, brother?
I was talking to Terry earlier.
Let's see what
I've got 2 frets at the shop right now with scales on them. They're not finished, but they're on. I'm pretty sure one of those is going to belong to Richard Hopkins. And then
I've got the list of the frets.
Yeah. And I got
I know, if I'm not mistaken, and you might already have him down, but Shady reached out. Be Shady.
Yeah, I don't have him on the list. The four I've got Richard, Cheeto,
what up, Illuminati?
Ryan, and someone else. I don't have
Bubba Snoggins.
Bubba, yeah.
And Richard Hopkins just put up Mad Yako's site where all his goods and stuff are. Y'all go check that out. I can share it.
Shane, do you clean your blades ever?
I clean what?
Your blades.
I wipe them on my belly on my T-shirt.
What kind of shit is on there?
Oh, I don't know, dude.
That's belly button lint.
Is that S37?
That knife, Paul Mills gave me that for my birthday. And I'd owned S110 before, but I never really used it. So I used the shit out of that knife. Like I carried it every day and used it every chance I got. So
here you go.
I think Paul's feelings were a little bit hurt when I told him it was dull, and he's like, "It shouldn't be dull." I was like, "No, you don't understand. I've really used this knife." But I will say this: on S110V, Paul had Apostle P sharpen it a long time ago. I don't care for a polished edge on S110. It got slick pretty quick, so it's still sharp now. It looks like cut paper just fine right now, but I want you to add some bite. You know, just put some 600 grit lines in it.
Shane, the frets are coming to you, brother.
Oh, okay.
And you can just flip one or two up here, and I'll do a video on it.
I may have said that.
And you'll have them tomorrow. It ain't no biggie.
That plan has changed so many times, but yeah.
We're
John, I'm not even positive if those frets have been lasered. I can't even remember.
I think the one has the wood handle one. It looked like it had a laser, unless Kyle photoshopped it, which I know he's got the skills to do it.
Yeah.
I think they're lasered.
Well, if that's the case, I've still got your box here with the label. No, I can't use that label, can I? Because it'll weigh different, won't it?
No, it should weigh. I don't know. I don't remember how much it weighed. Do you have the label that it came back in?
I'll get it shipped. It don't matter. I'll get it out as soon
What's up, Kathleen?
Hey, Kathleen.
What up?
Thank you, Kathleen. Y'all want to hear the story of what happened to me at the hospital?
Talk to us if you want to tell it.
So it was odd because I was telling my wife that I had literally zero memory from my every heart cath I've ever had done. Like I remember none of it. And I thought it was odd that Paul Might a few weeks ago in a chat was talking about, you know, the pain of when they inflate the stent. And I remember thinking, I guess I was lucky because I was unconscious and I didn't experience that at all. Well, I jinxed myself because I was awake for the entire thing this time. And they were teaching. You know, they had a young doctor there, and we're kind of walking him through it. So it took longer than it normally does, and I think the
you're getting trained on.
Yeah, I think the anesthesia had kind of wore off. But Paul, you're right. When they inflated that stent, I literally thought that was my last seconds on Earth. I thought I was dying. But even worse than that, when he got done, they had him stitch my artery in my groin, and he botched it. And I turned and looked at the nurse, and all I remember saying was, "Is that blood?" Because I could literally feel a river running down my hip bone, down my ass cheek, all the way down my ass crack, and puddling up underneath my nuts. And all he said was, "You're going to be okay." And that doctor, not the young one, the one that was teaching, he was like a 70-year-old Indian man, climbed up onto the table to put his thumb inside me and put all his weight down on me to try to get the bleeding to stop. It took him probably, it felt like to me 45 minutes. It might have been 10. I don't know, because
But damn, dude, that's scary as shit. Hey,
it
Homer.
was so painful. Like, yeah, it was horrible, man. And you know, and again, I thought, well, you know, this is how I go right here. I'm gonna bleed out on this table. But yeah, I mean, it was in the floor. It soaked through the bed. I was pumping blood.
Did they have to give you any more, or were you?
No, they were on the verge of it when they finally got it stopped, and then they put this contraption on me that has this little contact point that goes down on the wound, or you know, the artery, and they blow it up. It puts 60 pounds of pressure right against it. So I had to wear that all day. So I couldn't move at all. I couldn't roll. I couldn't move my legs. It was pretty. So when I talked to Kyle the first time, I probably scared Kyle a little bit because
yeah,
what it is. Anytime, and I don't think it's just me. I think it's just something in the human anatomy. When they mess with your heart, it messes with your head. Because like I was pretty down in the dumps, man. Like I was, yeah.
Dude, your heart is responsible for everything your head thinks in one way or another, and they're definitely connected. I mean, all of our organs are connected. And if your heart's going through any kind of stress or fluctuation, your brain's going to be depleted and your mind's probably going to go, because our minds are fucking. I wish somebody could take a ride through my mind.
Nobody deserves that torture.
That'd be a one and done. I can guarantee you'd check it off your bucket list.
No part of that.
Nobody deserves that, John.
No.
I agree.
I think
I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's a roller coaster for shiz.
I've got packing paper all in the floor around my desk where I unboxed all this stuff. I got so many boxes in the past few days. But long story short, I'm way healthier now than I was 4 days ago. I just really got to start taking better care of myself.
You got to rest more and not try to overdo it.
It's not the rest. I've just got to. I've got to live smarter.
There you go, Shane.
What kind of stance 3CR? I don't even know.
I bet it was made in China.
Yeah, I know they kept calling it a 40-48. I don't know if that's got to do with the diameter or what. I don't know. It probably is made in China. You're probably right.
Yeah, that's something my brother does that I find fascinating. I've told this story before, but he's an electrocardiophysiologist, and he drives when they're mapping somebody's heart for not aneurysms, for arrhythmia and different things. He's driving this camera through the arteries while the doctor's in these minor little holes making, going off of what's on the screen. It's wild to me. The technology that they use today. Ablation mapping, it very well could be that, Fred. The company's out of Israel, but he's been with them ever since he graduated from Duke for like 25 years.
That sounds like a VA horror story, but keep in mind, those doctors were from UAB. So even if I had been at UAB, it would have been the same situation. I would have still had that young kid. That's
why they call it practicing medicine. They've got to train. Everybody's got to stick somebody for the first, second, and third time. They've got to
learned nothing about what to do if it went wrong, because he literally backed up against the wall and just stood there scared to death.
UAB is a teaching hospital, so
yeah,
9 times out of 10, you're getting a student there.
Right.
But that's probably what he's instructed to do. If something goes wrong, clear out and let your supervisor take over, right? So you don't have a liability.
Every little
on you.
Indian men came from, like, I don't even know what rooms they came out of.
And he just jockeyed up on you.
The room was full.
He rode you like a mechanical bull.
He did. He was up on the
Took
table.
one thumb in your ass and one thumb in the hole.
Like with all his weight down. Yeah, it was. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all.
Well, you're out, man.
At least they didn't start singing "A Whole New World" to you.
USA, by the way, John. So.
What's that?
Fred said those are made in USA, and Fred's a doctor, so he knows.
Look at the chat.
Well, the company that Fred works for, and I'll have to find out the manufacturer, they're made in Israel because he goes over there like once a year for corporate meetings. But I don't know what it might not be ablations because I don't think he's doing any ablations. I think he's just mapping. But I'll find out. Let me tell.
Yeah.
But guys, I'll just go ahead and say it. This Kaiser is so Jack Wolfy. It's scary.
Have you seen Jack Wolf's fixie?
Heirloomy.
Yeah, the one that
God, that thing's beautiful.
That one that Jacob Creates collaborated with him on.
God, I got one on the way.
John, tell us now, because you've heard this enough to know, why does it resemble a Jack Wolf so much?
Why? Because I think it's the OEM personally.
I think it's the handle.
Because it's all shared.
Right.
Materials, the labor, the machinery.
My only point is, I've never seen another slip joint manufacturer use that dark titanium bolster that kind of sets Jack Wolf's apart. And Kaiser's the ones
all that is, John, is they're blasting it with. Kyle probably knows. You blast it with a particular type of media to turn it dark. I don't remember what it is. Fred probably knows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fred. I'm not arguing a bit with that, buddy. Like I say, I don't know at all. I just know that they've had a lot of issues with just dealing with being a United States supplier or or rep for an Israeli company with all the crazy shit. And he always kind of dreads going over there when he does.
John, there's your answer.
Fred, do you know, is it the Zerk blasting that turns the titanium really dark like that?
I love whoever Tempest OEM's Jack Wolf is. That just makes me laugh.
No, Zerblast is more of a satin finish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's the one that you were showing.
I know it's got to do with the media that they used to blast it, but I don't remember what it is.
I know. Has anybody handled Magnamax? I know Rochambeau had a video.
I was thinking about getting some Magnamax. Actually, I started to ask you about that last night, Kyle.
The mule?
No, it's a Magnamax. I saw
the Magnamax mule.
Yeah, okay. All right. I don't know anything about it.
That's the only one that's out that I believe in Magnamax currently.
I want it too.
Well, hold on now. Let me go to Rochambeau's video.
John, I'll end the stream.
I think you're wrong. I think he got one from Remet.
Put it on mute right now.
From Remet? Yeah, there's no
I've seen
effing way Remet has Magnamax.
I'm kidding. I don't know where it's from. Let me see what the title is. I'm not going to bring it up.
And that is beautiful. But what I'm talking about is the titanium bolsters on the Jack Wolves aren't like jet black, but they're a very dark titanium. And I know it has to do with the media that they use to blast it that turns it that dark. But I don't remember what it was.
That on...
and there's another way to anodize.
On John's, it looks like that fake DLC that they do.
Yeah. There's another way to anodize titanium. It makes it black as the night sky.
Hard coat.
Well, I don't see it now.
It may be Zerblast. I'm not sure.
I'll show you Zerblast. So hang on one second. I'll show you a picture of Zerblast.
I think Zerblast looks...
Yeah, I was thinking Zerblast is the one that's just like really slick. But I could be wrong.
There. That's Zerblast.
Yes. I love it.
It's like a uniform, deeper satin. It's very, very good looking. Well, that's
a design, ain't it?
To be fair, that is Brian's Zerblast. That's calls it Zerb because it's Zerblasted and then sent through his centrifugal tumbler.
That looks really good. It's a good picture too.
Very good picture. I mean, it just looks slick.
I wish I could take good pictures, but Illuminati's been good to me lately. A couple of those kitchen knife posts, Illuminati
Hey, William.
changed the background on those for me, and then Kyle always does a really good job once he gets them in his hands of rephotographing them. I just can't. It's not that I can't figure it out. I refuse to spend the time to learn how to take good pictures.
I've tried with I've never tried with the manual camera because back in the old days I had a 35 millimeter Nikon and I was never really good with it. I try to take good pictures with my iPhone and I can't, so I just take a limited kind of picture, and it sucks, but it is what I can do.
Right.
The nowadays the phone cameras are so good that you can get away with a lot of stuff. So I like having more control, and I mean a lot of it. Yeah, it's quality camera, but it's also more so your lighting than it is the camera.
I think I have the proper lighting to set up a lighting scene, but I don't understand enough about it to.
I didn't mean I didn't mean the number of lights. I meant as far as the quality of the light and then knowing the angles of the light and how it's
right. That's what I'm saying. How to use the light to get the right kind of shot. And for me, like kind of Shane said, I like to learn new stuff. Right now, I'm learning different stuff, but I just think that would drop me down a rabbit hole because I'm really.
Oh, it does.
I feel guilty for not editing my videos more, but like I did at Blade Show and I did at Knives and More when I walked through, because I'd take a scene, stop it, take another scene, then I just stitch them together. But I'm never going to be that guy.
That's as far as I'd want to learn. If I could just learn how to stitch clips together, I'd be happy.
That's all I need to really do at the most case.
I don't know about now. I know at one point I would have said that Cole Coomer had the best video quality I had seen in the knife community. I don't watch a whole lot of it now, so I don't know. But Tri-State's videography at one point in time was really impressive to me. Now,
it's very creative. It's very
a professional photographer. It may be mid, but in this community, he was the best I'd ever seen for a while.
You know what really surprised me when I started with YouTube was that you cannot edit on YouTube. Like, why? Why would they?
It's not an editing software. It's just a posting software.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can add, when they say edit, you can add cards to your video that take you to another video. I never use them. Or your end screens that ask for people to sub.
Like stitch it, like
thank you, Sierra Rick. They're very basic.
Together, this and that. You got to like use an editing app and then load it onto YouTube. Yep. Which the very few videos that I tried to edit with,
Kathleen, he is talented. Kathleen, he's very talented. He falls into, like, when you get into that realm, there are like certain stylistic traits, and he has a very much a certain characteristic of all his photos, and he kind of falls under. So like the lineage of what he learned from my understanding, and just based on his style, is from Peter McKinnon, Pete's Pirate Life, who then kind of taught Ricky, and then taught.
Who's not near the photographer that Patina Turner is.
Well, yeah, it was, and not a real pirate, but the that comes from. So they have that moody style. That's definitely a Peter McKinnon style that goes through to Ricky, to Bronny, to Not Your Everyday, or whatever his name is, Best Damn EDC. What's the other one? Jeremy Sears. All those are kind of the same stylistic avenues. So they have you can see one of their photos, you can almost guess it's one of those people, which is cool.
It's kind of a rustic look, right?
Yeah, it's that.
They've got those little flickering lights way back in the background. It does look good. Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that do. I'll tell you who's gotten a lot better. Neves taught himself. So he's really upped his content. I don't watch it as much, but he's editing stuff now that he would never consider trying.
On what computer?
I don't know. Maybe he's doing it on his phone. I don't know how he does his content, but I know
he couldn't do live streams because he didn't have a computer.
Well, he's been doing lives. Hold on a second.
I thought he goes live all the time.
That was to his phone, but he said he couldn't do lives on the computer anymore because he didn't have a computer that worked.
Well, that's not very good. I mean, that's the one thing I'd have to go out and sell my soul to get. But I don't know if he's using CapCut, and I don't know how to use CapCut. I just hear a lot of people use it. But he went live 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and what he does a lot of is that what's it called? The auction site that people use that I haven't even downloaded, nor do I want to.
Whatnot.
Has any of y'all done that? Either been into a Whatnot auction or had one?
No,
I have not.
I've heard that people that have pretty good followings do and sell a lot of knives. I don't know how it works.
No thanks.
Brett, have you had experience with it?
It's a generic pyramid scheme. It's you sign up and then you get credit for people using your link to sign up for it.
Well, I thought it was to sell knives.
It is, but every person that signs up using your link, you get credit for it.
Is it a cost to play site? Or is it just
they're trying to gain traction through referrals?
I got it.
They get paid for those referrals.
Well, I could do this, and I wouldn't. But like, if anybody was looking for StreamYard, I can throw this link up. Any of y'all can. And if somebody wanted to sign up for StreamYard, they'd get a $10 discount, and I get like, I don't know, $10 off mine. So I don't post it, I don't promote it, but I don't have a problem with it.
So it'll only cost you $790.
Right.
StreamYard is not cheap, but I'll tell you, every time I open StreamYard, Shane, tell me if you've noticed this. Every time they've upgraded it. Yeah. I've got now they've got scenes in portrait mode. We're going to go portrait mode probably Tuesday night. They've got more features.
I don't know that I'm going to keep StreamYard because I can just open YouTube and hit go live. And, my live streams don't get that much traction anyway, so I don't think
you get 20, 30,000 views.
I was about to say,
that's on a vertical. And that's what I mean. When I go live vertical, I don't use StreamYard. But I'm not using any of the tools like the little video clip. Like, the fact that Stevie can be live and somebody say something and him instantly make a little video clip play that makes that moment even funnier. I don't have a clue how to do any of that. So I'm not getting anything out of it for what it costs.
Well, you're able to stream with other people, which you can't do with YouTube.
Hi, Brown Sugar.
I can go on. I mean, I don't have to have a stream.
Wait, I thought you could. The couple of times I've been live, it said add somebody or something.
You can add somebody on YouTube now. I've never been able to get my camera to connect unless I'm live. Like, I've tried to go live through StreamYard before, but not StreamYard, through YouTube, and it's just not. I've gotten lazy, and I can't really use my drops, and they've added so many different things that you can use. You can even use sound effects now.
Well, for $1.99, you can get like 80 fart noises.
Well, for free, if what we should all learn to use and what the best streamers use is OBS. That's what Cole uses.
It's because it's open software. There's so much you can do so much on it, but it's not as
learning
easy.
Curve.
Right. It's like hopping into Photoshop or hopping into something where it's a whole different ballgame to learn.
Right.
Kyle, what's crazy about this block is apparently I bought this like 6 months ago and had it shipped to Brian, and I forgot I had it.
What is that? Is that wood?
No, it looks like wood. It's all acrylic. See, it looks like a maple burl, but it is not.
That's going to make some great scales, man.
He really does, man. He does some great work. I've not had luck with any of the maple burl I've bought. It's all like chalk when when you
You
go
know,
to finish it.
I bought that scale material that was like the end of last week, and they just shipped it today.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Well, I did
you
learn
buy-
that True Grit is not any faster than combat. Not any slower really either, but they're not any faster than combat abrasives.
Did you get a confirmation or anything yet? Or
I've got the belts.
oh, okay.
They were here when I got home from the hospital. So
Well, that's not that slow then.
no, I was hoping for a 2 to 3 day turnaround. Apparently, it's going to be a week to 10 days, regardless of who I use. Yeah, I haven't got those Norton Razor, whatever. I only bought 2 of those to test them out. I haven't received them yet. In all honesty, I don't remember where I ordered them. So I hope they show up.
They will. They just may be coming from God knows where. Did you order them from the U.S.?
Yeah, Shane.
U.S. made.
I ordered those
from China.
I ordered those belts on the 27th. So
yeah, it's about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Norton Blaze 36 grit hoggers. Somebody in this live stream made this possible, by the way. I was told to keep my mouth shut.
Show it.
The best stream is back. What is that?
That's this stream. Marco knows what's up. He's the man.
Where did my comments go?
Yeah, I want to show that knife so bad I can't stand it, but I'm not.
Brown Sugar, what's up?
I'm not going to show it till it's done.
Send me a picture of it, Shane.
All right.
I want to see it.
You're not special. You don't get it ahead of time either.
Shane, I can tell you what that knife weighed. Hold on, because you might be able to stick it in that box.
It's 2.
Well, but if you can't fit both of them in there, they both won't weigh, but one might. I only need one to video.
I'll get them to you regardless. I know I've got a box over here with a shipping label on it that something was supposed to go in it. And from the best of my understanding, you've already bought that something and don't need it anymore.
I did. I bought it for you to put those.
You've paid for that label though, right?
Yeah, to put those little green things in.
Right. So you've paid money for that, right?
Yeah, it's paid for. So
I
whatever.
used it.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can just get one knife in it, like I said, but I'll tell you exactly how much. I don't know why it's wanting.
What would happen if I put both knives in it?
And it was overweight? It would come back to you. They're a pain in the ass that way.
It wasn't a flat rate, John?
What's that?
It wasn't a flat rate box?
No, I do everything through pirate ship.
Right, but you can still do flat rates through pirate ship.
I didn't do flat rate. I did. I weighed it and put the knife in it, and I can't get it in my
They
pocket.
won't just ship it and charge you the extra?
No, I wish they would, but I can send you another label. That's easy
Now,
enough to
shipping
do.
memorabilia, I've had them hold a package.
They've done that before to me, though, John. They've sent a package through and charged me the balance.
Yeah.
Well, with what he's shipping, I'm kind of nervous to do that, but
you want to?
We don't want 2 frets out there in the.
yeah, I'd rather send him another label, which I could easily do. If do you have a way to print it?
I don't.
Okay, well we can work it out, dude. I can get you I can mail you a label.
We'll
let me give you a little.
But John Collins
hack
also
here.
got my tried and true collaboration between Steve Kalari and Alex Steingraber. He's going to put an edge on it, and once he's done with it, I'm going to have him ship it to you. So
And I'll send it back to you. Yeah, I'm not in any rush to review it, and I don't even know. At the time, I really wanted to. I've kind of gotten to where, like I say, I've got so much creative block. I've got to just psych myself up to talk about a knife.
I'll be honest, it's not my style of knife. I appreciate everything. I just wanted it because, I mean, I don't even know if that'll ever happen again. You know, it's a collab between Steve and Alex. That's why I wanted it. You know, I think they could come with a slightly better edge.
Do you carry a fixed blade?
Check that edge, Kyle. See what you think. Now
Hang on a
that we're
second.
talking about it.
So here's a flat rate box. Okay.
Right.
Those they're like $10 and change from if you go to UP or USPS, right?
I used to pick a bunch of those up. I'm very familiar with them.
if you go through pirate ship, they're like $9.05 to ship. Right? They went up. They used to be 8 something. Now they're $9.05 to ship that. This box, which is also free from the USPS, is bigger, and it's a priority, so it's still ship priority. If you keep it under like 2 pounds, I just shipped something in this a couple days ago that was 1 pound 6 ounces, and it was $8.40 or something. And this box is substantially bigger. This is 9 inches long and 6 inches wide.
Yeah, I need to go stock up on some of that stuff. I used to
Ryan's getting all excited about that 9-incher. Look at him.
That's what she said.
9 inches, his face lit up.
So there are little hacks, or you can actually do too. You can
That
do
box I just sent you, Kyle, with all that in it was $14 at FedEx.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. As long as I'm shipping enough to fill that box up, it's worth it.
Right.
Now to ship one knife, I'd be losing money.
At UPS, you would. And that's what's good about pirate ship is it finds what you're shipping and finds you the cheapest.
I don't mess with UPS. I don't have anything against UPS, the company, but as far as going through their UPS store, I am out.
Oh, I hate that place.
FedEx is on pirate ship. That's the only downside. They have USPS and UPS. UPS can be good pricing. It's usually cheaper than the post office, but it just depends on what you're shipping.
But you got to take it to a store. They won't pick up.
Now this is the fierce snake, the most venomous snake in the world. One bite from him and it's all over. Yo! Oh, no worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the anti-venom sent from America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
The hell was that for?
We were talking about FedEx and UPS. I just thought that was funny because it's one of the untimely commercials with Steve Irwin dying on camera. That was about 2 months before his Stingray molesting incident.
What were you talking about having to take them to the store? You don't take your I take all my packages to the store, drop them off.
No, dude. Everything I ship, I've got a mailbox out in front of my house, and I just put the flag up, and I put it in the mailbox, and it's right in my. I mean, I've never had any problems with that, and they pick it up and scan it in.
I don't trust that. I use when I drop off at the post office, I want to get a receipt that they actually received it.
Well, we don't.
I get all that through pirate ship.
We don't live that close to Chicago, Kyle. We can put stuff in our mailbox here.
Well, and the
I
bad
don't live that close
news
to Chicago either, and I live in a very safe neighborhood, but I still don't trust that. If I have it physically out of my possession, I want it to be in someone else's possession that has it.
And like Fred said, it is nice walking out with that receipt in your hand, so you can show I shipped it.
My local post office is great because like they have two, like they have you inside as you walk in, and then they have a second set of doors to go into like the lobby. Well, in the first section, they have like where all PO boxes are and some self scanners and that stuff, and that's open 24 hours. So I can go in there after the close and go up to the self scanner, scan packages in, and they have this huge metal door that takes basically anything that's like 3 foot by 3 foot, and put it in there, scan it, get a receipt, and it goes directly back into the main locked area of their warehouse. So there's a lot of times I'll go scan it in after hours, get a receipt, and know it's there, and I'll go out first thing in the morning.
No, I feel because with pirate ship, it tells me when they scan it in, and I'm always watching for the mail. So I can see how depending on, but I have a cemetery across the street, and I'm just in a place where I don't really worry about it.
He said that like he's got a pet cemetery. Like,
dude, I've got one of the biggest cemeteries in the state. I don't know if there's a cemetery in Birmingham. I went to that one cemetery in Birmingham down by some Coliseum that was really cool a while back. But the one at Huntsville is by far a huge cemetery. There's nobody across my street. So
it took me and Shane about 5 minutes to get through it.
I can't believe the GPS took us to a cemetery.
Shane, that was let's see what it says. Let me see if it tells me what the weight was.
I don't live in a bad area either, John. Like I live in a great area, but like I just don't like having someone else's possessions outside just sitting.
Oh, I totally get that. I totally get that. If you went to the post office on Clinton Street, where I go, or the UPS store to drop something off with a label on it, you would you might have a lot better patience than me, but I always leave there angry, and I realize that I can get off a couple of shots to my mailbox before anybody could get away. I just have a little bit more serenity.
Well, like today, I took the mail out of my mailman's hands, so if I was going to use pirate ship, I wouldn't have an issue at all with walking out there.
Yeah, just walk it down.
Yeah, just hand it to him.
And they scan it right in, so it shows that it's been received, even if they lose it in the truck. Yeah. And pirate ship, from what I hear, is really good with their insurance.
Yeah, they are, because that's a third party payment system. It's not going through USPS for the actual payment. But I've never had an issue with as far as a package not getting through, but I'm very, very
Ron Crow
cautious about that. So, Dawson,
and I am
tell
too.
me what kind you want, and I will. What's up, Ron?
What's up, Ron?
Ron, are you live at 2:30 tomorrow, brother, or 2?
Is B Shady in here tonight?
He was earlier.
Isn't B Shady the one that's a really big fan of blue?
Purple.
Purple. Okay.
Loves purple. As a matter of fact, I think he was asking about that purple fret. Or asking about a purple fret, and I sent him a picture off your Instagram. If I'm not mistaken,
I've got a purple fret right now glued up that I got to get shaped. So that works out perfect.
Yeah, that's his favorite color. All of his knives. If you look at his Instagram, we ought to go do a little Instagram surfing.
We're gonna do Blade Binge after that.
No, I don't.
I don't mind the Instagram surfing. I actually think that's one of my favorite parts of. I don't know that Cole started that, but that is. I enjoy that. I like because a lot of you guys. You know, it depends on the algorithm. I don't get to see a lot of y'all.
I'll look at if anybody wants me to go to their Instagram, I won't critique it, but I'll definitely go there and I'll share it. But what I was going to do is go to Be Shady. He's one of the main guys that I get in my feed, but he's purple man, dude. I mean,
and even if he's not, he likes to color coordinate stuff, which nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. And he's a big Jacob Creates guy. Here's a Hail Mary.
I hope he didn't get mad at me about that. Y'all notice I never called Jacob out for stealing my design because it was a fucking joke.
No, I know it was a joke.
Yeah, and what I thought was odd, out of the entire knife community, only one person sent me a text that said, "Is this backlash for the Joke Wolf?" I couldn't believe nobody brought that up. Yep. But Billy was the one that said it, and I was like, I guess it could be.
Well, before you made that post, we were on here talking. John and I were, or no, it was right after you made the post, but before you actually talked about it publicly on a live.
Yeah, I missed that live stream too, so I didn't even know y'all talked about it.
And I basically said that I don't think it was something that was done in that way, but I think the opportunity to do a collaboration with something that looks so similar was probably a shot across the bow. But it wasn't like he was going to make it on his own. That way he had an out.
Yeah, that's because several people did say, "Why are you not bashing Jacob?" I'm like, because it's a joke, dude. I'm trying to
and people, yeah, exactly. What do y'all think about this little knife? Besides the fact that it's a Kaiser, I like it.
I don't like it as much as that Kaiser Tonto you were playing with here a while back.
That's a much bigger knife. This is a little guy.
Yeah, I like that Tonto a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I
think the Dylan Mallory Forest fixed blade is going to be way cooler than that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm waiting on those to drop. I want one.
Yeah.
The Forest is a great knife. I still, like I said, I've got my OG, and it's probably staying forever.
I haven't got them all ground yet, but they should be this week. But Dylan has repeatedly apologized for dropping the ball on getting the hand. He wants to source the handle materials. So. And I think he's wanting some GL Hansen.
What's up, Jersey?
No issue with that.
Have y'all ever handled a knife standards? I never have, but they've never They never grabbed me.
I own the RR. He's a really cool dude.
He's a very cool guy.
I did some work for him. He was taking some to shows, and I was doing some of the edges on some of his stuff.
And those clip points are new, right?
Yeah. He's a good dude, though.
Yeah.
He goes by ATR.
I'm glad B. Shady wants a fret because
what's up, Bloomy?
I really want the opportunity for him to see the difference between the first knife he bought from me. I will forever be indebted to you guys that bought knives when it was questionable whether I should be selling them or not. You know, they're good knives. They have good heat treats, all that stuff. I'm just talking about the refinement.
That little fixed blade right there is a Dustin driver defense, Ricochet, Magna Cut 64, hand file jimping. And this is a fantastic little hard use knife. That's next to a Dixon. So you can tell the size of it.
There's a picture of one of my knives on B. Shady's page recently.
Let's go back to B. Shady.
He posted a little layout, and that knife he bought from me was on there.
Brian, what'd you carry today, bud?
Of course. Well, I'm at work, so carry my Spyderco.
It should be one of the
Dixie thing. That was about it.
Purple or blue themed page.
I like how he always color coordinates.
Well, and his pictures aren't like, the only way I can make my brain take a picture is to arrange them on a handkerchief. I can't do like perspectives like this. I think it's just, I think that's just an artistic talent that some people possess, knowing how to set shit up to stage a photo. Have I gone too far, Shane?
It might not be I don't know how often he posts. I don't know if it was as recent as I was remembering, but it was just cool that, his, to see something I made, that long ago. That
hey guys,
he was willing to add it to his very artistic looking photos.
I'm going to pimp out New Breed EDC's Kaiser collaboration again. This is an amazing little knife. I played with it at Blade Show, Shane, when I had dinner with them, when y'all were sitting over at the other table. It is S45. This one's got a leather inlay and titanium. And I think it's like 160.
Man, every time I go to buy steel, I look at S45 because I wouldn't mind using it, but I'm not paying more for it than I can buy Magna Cut for.
Right.
Why is it more? Just because they don't make as much?
Knives in either one of those steels, I wouldn't care at all which one I got. I'd be just as happy with either. But I'm not paying more for it. S35 VN is more expensive than Magna Cut. Well,
that's bizarre. I guess it's just
not in an industrial setting. I'm talking about buying pieces.
Fred, it was at the Kaiser dinner. I sat with him and either was it his fiance or his wife, Shane? Who was Mark with?
His wife.
He was with the dark-headed lady, but I don't remember. She was sweet as she could be. I just don't know their relationship.
That's his wife.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
He also had the wingspan there. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that knife, but that's a knife that's available on a hollow ground, and it's $150. I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. EDC. I think it's a very cool knife, and I played with it too. It's very light, carbon fiber and titanium. But check this little guy out.
That's much better.
And it's not really little. It's whoops. Satin hollow ground.
That's the one downside of these knives. I hate having to tighten these up using those stupid tools.
Hold on. Why didn't it take me to the one with it open? Let's do this.
Oh, sorry, Bloomy. I thought they were married.
Check that out. Carbon fiber with a titanium backspacer. I think it's in S35 to keep the cost down. And I'll show you guys. Here's a picture of it. Just a sleek, interesting gentleman's folder. I love the blade shape. I love the way it's ground. And it's very light. LIGHT. But cool knife. And something else that's really cool. If I can find it here. MBK. Yeah, right here. So my buddy just got this in, and I played with it the other day. I'll be bringing it in to review.
That's what she said.
What a great knife that is. Have y'all seen that? That's a Sanford design.
Which one is it? They're so small. I think
It's the Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina, and it is a big knife, 4-inch blade, 8 1/4 inches overall. ZDP 189, and it's $150.
It's a big one.
That's not that big.
It's a real big one.
It's a thin one. It's got a floating backspacer. Check that out.
Maybe for you.
Ryan, I sent you a picture of that blade and that handle material. They're just laying there beside each other. The picture doesn't do it justice, but it'll give you an idea of the knife I was talking about.
But for $150, guys, I think they're blowing the lid off.
I like that knife.
Oh, it's a great knife. It wasn't as good as the Aurelia, but it reminded me of it because of the handles. And I don't know why it has that finger hole there. You can get in there, but with a thumb stud, I don't know why you need it. I would have kept the blade solid probably.
Yeah, Ryan, that's that G.L. Hansen and Sons G Carta.
That's gonna be good looking.
Yeah, I wish that stuff wasn't so damn expensive.
What's that, G Carta?
Yeah, that's $35 a scale. $35 per set of scales.
Share screen.
I got another interesting package today, Shane.
Oh, did you?
What'd you get?
I got a leather slip in the mail.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell it's from. What the hell it's for, or how I got it, but someone sent me a slip.
Do you have it where you can show it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop this, Sharon. That's that knife opening and closing.
They're just all starting to look the same to me.
Yeah, but
that's not what I think it is. I don't think I've lost interest in pocket knives. I think I have to concentrate so much on what I'm doing. It's hard. It sounds bad, but it's hard for me to care what everybody else is doing.
See, for me, it's kind of weird in that I'm still very engaged in it, but I'm not looking to just review anything. But I want content to come through because I like showing off cool knives.
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to not with Artisan, but there are a couple more CJRBs that I want to check out. Ryan, one of them is the Pyrite Light XL. I think these knives for 40-something bones are a great value for what they are. This is that bolt. But I'm going to check out a few more of theirs, not because I think they're comparable to a Hinderer, but because for a $50 knife, I like the way they work. Open.
I tell everybody the CJRB. I forgot the name of it now, but I used to call it the budget Atom. Like if you can't afford a TRM Atom, what was that? The CJRB. It was like their flagship knife there for a while.
The Pyrite?
No, this was like 5 years ago.
Oh, the one that Dylan did?
No.
I've never liked them.
CJRB?
Or Artisan.
I've never been as big of a fan of Artisan as I have with CJRB. When I was buying knives, I own some Artisans. I own an Arion and an Arion Mini frame lock. I own the Centurions, but I gave those away. I've owned a couple of other Artisans, but the CJRBs have been great budget knives. I used to have one that had that lock. What was it called? It was an interesting little locking mechanism that you pull down at the front. It was kind of like a bar lock, but it was in a different place.
The Feldspar. Feldspar is what I'm
exactly the Feldspar and the one.
What's up, Scooter?
I don't know if anybody, because I don't know if there's been a lot of pictures made of Drizzy's knife, but Drizzy's Joke Wolf.
That's my favorite.
Is unique.
His is
all the other Joke Wolves. And I was worried he wouldn't like it, and I was going to be willing to fix it if he didn't. But I made 6 Joke Wolves, and Drizzy's is slightly different than all the rest of them. And it was an accident, in all honesty, but I left it because I liked it, Kyle liked it, and I was hoping Drizzy liked it, but
Yeah, I'm glad he likes it.
if you didn't, I would have fixed it. But instead of having that straight chop, off the Warncliffe, it actually has a little curve to it. Right?
I love those little curves that go out and give you a little bit of a point, kind of.
Yeah, his got a little more of a needle tip than everybody else's.
Here's the Feldspar, which was one of the greatest knives that I did not own. This is a budget knife that was all the hype when I first got in the community, and I never owned it.
That's a great knife for $34, dude. That's what it was then. I don't know what it's $39.
30.
When I bought it, it was still in D2.
But I had a Craig, and the Craig I had a different lock. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, you had the one with the spine?
Yeah, it had a little weird lock on the spine.
Yeah.
It had like this one right here. And this isn't a knife. This is a kicker. This is not the knife I had, but this is the locking system. That little thing that you just pulled back.
Well, too, I've always badmouthed China's heat treats, but I've always been honest about it. And I always said my CJRB Crag in D2 was hands down the best piece of D2 I've ever owned. Well, Billy at Apex Alchemy, when he got his HRC tester, somebody sent him a Crag. And that thing, what was it called? Like 64?
Something crazy.
Like, he was mind blown how high. And I was like, that makes sense because I gave that to Josh Branson's son. I gave it to Josh.
Hey guys, I gotta take a phone call.
Josh used it cutting landscaping, irrigation pipe, and then handed it down to his son. And after like 2 years, he was like, "Shane, we still ain't sharpened that knife." So I gave them their credit where it was due. That D2 on my Crag was amazingly good.
Have y'all seen this knife?
D2 I've ever experienced that was any good.
Have y'all seen this new Hazard with the Bally lock?
I have, yeah.
It's dangerous looking.
I've seen Vu play with it.
But I don't get it. I mean, I can see how.
I think it's just a pocket knife that doubles as a fidget toy. It's no different than drop shut and flickety flack and all the other stuff we do.
YouTube.
But would you think it's innovative? I would think. I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
No, I just was telling YouTube that the one that says Javon in chat, that was for me. That's the that's the author to that book.
I have to go to the restroom, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, buddy. Where'd you put it, buddy? I'm looking right now.
Oh, it was just here. I highlighted.
From Mark Manson?
Yeah. That's the author that you're looking for.
Gotcha. Google. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing a few more of those CJRBs. They're good knives. I think they make for good giveaway knives. I should give away a knife tonight, but we don't do giveaways normally anymore. But on regular lives, just because it gets crazy. But I did just cross 30,000 subscribers. So tomorrow,
did you? Congratulations.
Well, thanks, dude. I mean, I'm getting lucky because of my shorts and because of that crazy video I did on Saturday. That video is still blowing up, dude. That's getting like a couple thousand views a day.
I only own one Artisan / CJRB, and it was a gift, so I'm never going to get rid of it.
Which one is it?
It was given to me because they knew I love the designer. I don't even know the name of it. It's a Laconico design.
Oh, that's a nice knife, dude. That's the
single side thumb stud.
Yeah. Just a good little gentleman's folder, almost like I mean, that's a good knife.
And it's also a top flipper as well, too.
And according to Shane, they're all, pretty much made in the same place. Thanks, Drew, dude. Yeah, I'm aware of it, but I'm also aware that I don't get there. I mean, they're YouTube people that do so much better. All I do is put out a lot of shorts. And if you look at the amount of videos that I've got out there and the amount of views, it's kind of misleading because they're 15-second videos, a lot of them. But people like them, and I get some crazy comments on them.
Ooh,
I'll tell you, people in Europe aren't very knife sensitive right now.
John, you want to see what I carried today?
Yep.
Let me pocket check.
Dude.
Nice.
I'm so glad I got that to you.
I carried it because it was Grandparents' Day. So I went and ate lunch with Cam. And I knew he'd have a fit over it because it's so big.
Well, it's just so much fun to play with. And again, with the Kaiser, I know it's not your jam, but the flipper tab probably works really well for you. I think it's got one of the best flippers in the game. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah, it's that's why I wanted it back, because this is the only knife I've ever really fidgeted and played with. This and the Kaiser, that mini whatever it was I sent to Kyle.
That reminds me. I gotta send that back to you with this next batch of stuff. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Sorry, you should have reminded me.
Oh,
I was going to ask them about the Maximum because that looks like a really cool knife too. Let me go back to it because I was going to show that.
But this knife doesn't really qualify to say it has good action though, because that blade's so damn heavy.
Yeah, the blade weighs 4 pounds.
It could be riding on rocks and it would drop shut.
Is the company that designed it Sheepdog Knives? Because I know it wasn't an original company, but that one doesn't have anything except Kaiser.
A lot of people in here won't remember this.
That's why I was confused. I know that's a reissue.
This knife propelled Kaiser.
Yeah.
Kaiser was just a middling knife company until this thing
came out. It was one of the first cleavers I fell in love with. It's one of the first knives I fell in love with because it was so ridiculous.
I gave mine to a meth head.
John,
yeah, they sold
Customs.
Yeah. He probably traded it for a
Sheepdog Customs. I got you.
What's up, Tori? Good to see you, buddy. So, anyways,
I haven't seen or heard from those guys. Are they still in Huntsville?
Who? Oh, I don't know, dude.
John, here's that slip I got.
This knife. Go ahead.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on. Let me tell you. Let me look at it. Make you big. Hold on.
Is there something to this? Is there something we're supposed to know?
No, I have no clue who it came from.
Dude, that's beautiful leather on the front. I mean, it almost looks like a duty slip, but I don't know if it's a. I
don't even own a slip joint, so I have no idea.
Well, you can put other knives in it. You can put a small Sabins in it. What's the return address? Do you have that on there? Do you know the state?
Yeah, but I didn't recognize the name at all, so I have no clue.
Well, I mean, we don't want to dox them.
No.
No.
Kyle, did you get that picture I sent you?
Oh, Shane, like you're going to complain about doxing. Don't you start.
I don't do it on purpose, though.
You do it every single time you get a package.
I do it because I'm dumb.
No, it's
I just sent you of Crispies.
No, where it's oh, here, hang on.
I just texted it to you. And the picture doesn't do it justice, but the grind on that thing is gorgeous.
This is one you made for Crispy?
Yeah.
Who made that knife?
John.
Who made that knife?
I did.
Oh, you made that knife.
Yeah.
Can you share it?
It's a little bit. No, I don't want to show it till it's done.
Okay, I got you.
I was joking because the where the X's were, I thought it was a logo at first. I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Whose maker mark is that?"
What's up,
well, that was also the first time I ever tried drilling my sharpening choil.
Gotcha.
You notice how clean the sharpening choil is? So yeah,
you're right, Kathleen. It doesn't. I just when I looked at that nice leather on the front, I don't see that much.
Yeah, I mean it's nice, but I mean, I'm not.
For some reason, when I see it, though, it makes me think I've seen it before, but I don't know.
I don't know. Like I was shocked. I opened it up. I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
Did you buy it off an auction?
No.
Is it from North Carolina?
Yes.
You got a leather slip in the mail for free. Today's a good
and what's
day.
not who you're thinking is from.
I mean, I know a leather worker in North Carolina.
I know, so do I, but it's not her.
Okay. Yeah, that's all you need to say.
Right.
Well, the only reason I was wondering is because she had made me a slip from my ABW slippy. Now, I don't need it anymore because I've got one, but she told me that it was already made, so she was just going to ship it to me, but there'd be no reason for her to ship it to you instead of me.
No.
Did it come from South Carolina or North Carolina?
North. You know what might fit in that? Hang on one second. Oh, that fits like a glove. That'll be perfect.
What you got in there?
I took the clip off of the Appalachian Drifter.
Oh yeah, that's perfect for it.
You still have an Appalachian Drifter?
The Appalachian Drifter 2, the one that has 35.
Man, that's such a good knife.
That's a great knife.
I'm getting ready to rescale it.
Dude, I love shit talking Chinese knives, but I can't. That one, that was such a good knife. The Appalachian Drifter and the Riffle were damn near pocket knife perfection.
I'm gonna scale this one, Shane.
Yeah.
And I've got an idea how to make this look like a much nicer knife.
I got you.
But that fits perfect in there though. And that will work because if I'm putting new scales in there, I can take off the pocket hole area.
Yeah.
And not even have it like it was ever there.
Yeah.
Well,
nice.
Kyle, text me the name.
It's just a last name on it.
Well, text it to me.
You can private chat it too.
Yeah, you just got me curious. Not that I would know. Hell, I can't keep people I've known in here for 5
Guys,
years.
I'm the worst with names and keeping people straight.
I can't keep 5-door and Carco straight. So, I don't know.
Yeah, neither.
Corey, what's up? Who else I met? Jeffrey, what's up? I missed you guys coming in.
What's up, 5-door? Yeah, and it was handwritten too. So,
Kyle, those marks you see on that blade are where the holes needed to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got it now.
In order to do the bolt-on hardware. That's why we didn't do it.
Right. I figured that out, but at first it looked like Maker's Mark. That's why I was like, what the hell is that?
I got you.
Yeah, Sierra. That's odd how that worked out.
So I'm not Carco. No, 5-door, you're not. But I can never keep y'all straight.
Carco, you weren't here earlier. You missed it. I got your knives in from Shane. So I will start working on those to get them out with your others.
While we're at it, 5-door, since you're here, I was going to text you. This is really embarrassing, but I got a new phone, and I lost like all my previous conversations. This sounds, maybe I can say this publicly, but have you paid me for the kitchen knife yet? If not, I'm not in a hurry. I just I can't go back and view all that. So let me know.
The answer would be yes. Either way, the answer is yes.
If he says yes, I'll believe him. I just couldn't remember it.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Good deal.
I need to go grab a drink. I'll be back.
I carried today one of my favorites, my Strider S&G with my Lynch clip. And I forget what blade steel this is. 01? Something 01?
Huh? You sure?
No. PD01, I think is what it says.
PD1 micro melt.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
That's crewware. That's crewware from Carpenter instead of CPM. If you want crewware 5 years from now, it's probably going to be PD1 micro melt since CPM is no longer in business. Yeah,
Has any more come out about what's going on with them?
Tough.
Where all their assets went and who's doing what? I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, it's weird that I don't buy left-handed knives because I cut with my right hand, but I do all my opening and closing with my left hand because my right hand doesn't want to do that. I can do it. It's just very awkward for me to try to disengage a lock bar. Let me see if
It looks like Corey's about to have some knives for sale. I've got some knives I could sell. I just don't ever know how to do it, and I don't want to do it
That
for
didn't
blade
look very
bends.
fidgety, did it, John?
What's that?
That didn't look very fidgety, did it?
No, it looked like you tried to light switch it.
Well, I'm not just talking about the opening, but
I'm afraid that thing's gonna cut my finger off, man.
because of my right hand, I can't. It just doesn't work right. So I do. I'm not, Red. John gave me this.
That used to be Shane's one of his favorite.
It's not a popular knife anymore, but it's nostalgic to my knife journey.
Well, believe it or not, they just brought it back. It's been reintroduced.
But hey, look at this though, dude. Let me show you something.
I can middle finger flick it.
If you don't like cleavers, well,
you could mod that knife, dude.
Yeah, I can't get the camera angle right, but
And how awesome would that be? I see what you're trying to do. Make a drop point out of it.
Yeah, you could turn this into a damn good looking leaf shaped blade, or but I like it the way it is.
Hey, Shane, Richard's got a question for you. I don't know if y'all decided on which one.
I will, Richard. I don't want to. It's real close, I promise you, buddy. But I'll let you know. But when you did buy knives, you should have bought a few lefties. I probably should have. You're right.
I've got one sheath that I bought from Lefty EDC for one of my Jack Wolves. This is a lefty, and I didn't think it'd be a problem because I carry it in my back pocket, all my fixed blades, but it is kind of weird. It makes me have to turn around the other way. I'm not good with my left hand, except for playing guitar. I fret everything with my left hand, but I can't like throw a ball. I can't flick a knife. It feels like it's not even attached to me unless I'm playing guitar.
Give y'all a piece of nostalgia too. I don't know if all you guys know the story behind this Hogue Deca, but I really wanted this knife, and it was at a point in time where I didn't have the money to be buying knives. And this is the knife that Jason Brown got a $100 card for Smoky Mountain Knife Works for his birthday. And he went to his sweet wife and asked her if it would be okay if he spent his birthday gift card to buy me this knife.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Barrett knew me, and he spent his birthday present with the permission of his wife to buy me this Hogue Deca.
That's a forever knife.
Very, very special knife. Actually, I stick with me a minute. I don't know that I'm going to keep it forever, and this is why. It has came up missing twice. I'm worried to death about it coming up missing. I'm never going to carry it. I'm thinking about letting somebody else be its caretaker. How's that sound?
It's guardian. It's a executor.
Right. Yeah. But yeah.
That's an awesome
very special knife, though.
Very special man, dude.
I don't know why when my wife or daughter need to open something and they come in here, this is, no matter where I put it, this seems to be the knife they grab and then they don't put it back. And I don't want to get.
Interesting, Jeffrey, dropping some facts.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, Jeffrey, but who wants to say all that? Who wants to top all that? I have a feeling we'll just keep calling it S90, even if that's not what they put on the blade.
Well, that's what China does in most cases.
Right. Yeah, that's what China does. Yeah. Well, Paul Mills, let me tell you what that asshole did. I don't even remember whose live stream it was. I think it was Maddie's, somebody's a couple nights ago. Paul was 100% baiting me. I know he was. But he said something about, the S90B on my Jack Wolf dulled a lot faster than I thought it would. Any idea why? I was like, motherfucker, Paul, I know what you're doing. You were setting me up. Trying to get me on a damn rant. But I didn't fall for it. I refrained.
Well, I'm really stoked about having Jacob stop by next week to answer questions and talk about, I want him to talk about what you said he would, how he got into a couple of years ago doing this, which came out of not a great situation, but why he's doing what he's doing, which I think he's got a good mission statement, and how he does it. And let y'all ask questions.
His story, it's not identical, but it did kind of remind me of Michael Martin's story too. You know, Michael Martin didn't just open American Blade Works in his 50s and decided to start making knives. Michael Martin made quality USA made knives for Black Hawk And then they sold out everything to China, and he lost his job because of it. Michael Martin used to work with Michael Janis, the guy that designed the Yojimbo.
He got his skill set up there where he was basically a maker.
Yeah. But, he worked for Black Hawk for so long that he didn't just make knives. He was constantly repairing CNC machines. So that's how he got started. He bought a broken CNC machine and fixed it, started making the Model 1 version 1. And as he made money, he just kept buying more and more CNCs. I think he has one new one. I think he just bought a new one. Everything else he's bought, he's had to tear down and rebuild and make them work again.
But by having that skill set to be able to do the maintenance,
I'm only saying that because I don't want to tell Jacob's story for him, but just know that just because the company's new, Jacob's been doing this a long time.
Yeah, over 11 years for his dad, and doing it on some really knives that I've not seen a picture of.
Yeah.
But I know that they're what you would call pocket jewelry by any stretch of the imagination. But he's very forthcoming with questions. So anything you ask him a question about, even you guys, Shane, I mean, I'm sure he's going to give you his
I don't want to have this bill talk with him because that's something that can be opinionated. And
well, for him, I think we've decided that he does it in 2 different price points, right? I mean,
that's fine.
He's offering it as his, and like he put it in the response to me, as his entry level steel.
Right, and that's why I'm currently, I've got a bunch of knives cut out in Pro Cut. If I get them made and they test well, I'd like to be able to lean on Pro Cut as my budget option for a while. But I can tell you right now, as soon as Nitro X7 comes out, the only reason I'll buy Pro Cut is only if somebody just has to have a carbon steel knife, because there's no reason for me to even use Pro Cut anymore once X7 comes out.
What's the timeline?
It holds an edge longer. It's tougher. It's stainless. I don't even think they've given an estimate. I think they gave Steve a sheet.
Yeah, it's still in testing production.
Yeah, some people are just testing
He
it.
said he was going to send me a piece, but Steve, we've all learned in the past year,
it's not timely.
Steve is not timely, and he sucks at communication. So
You just got to follow up with him, man.
It may take a while for me to get that piece, but
Shane,
I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be for sale. I'm going to make myself something out of it. Keep it. What?
So there was a noise outside car door or something.
Yeah.
And Ryder got scared shitless, so he was barking and storming. Now he's in here, pushed up against me underneath my desk, so pushed up against my leg so hard.
Yeah.
He's ready to protect you. He's just guarding you, dude.
Freaking baby.
When I got home from the hospital, I came in and I not had much sleep because I couldn't sleep good there. I came in and laid down, and Bibi came in here and she jumped up in the bed with me, and she immediately was sniffing. Make jokes if you want. She was sniffing my groin, where they make the incision.
If you could smell the blood, probably.
She would sniff it. She would sniff it, and then snap her head and look at me. Sniff it again and snap her head and look at me. It was just like she was like, "Are you okay?
Because if you were dead, she was going to start eating you.
And dude, she has literally been up my ass.
They can tell. They can sense that stuff, man.
Yeah, like just loving all on me. Like, yeah.
The wasp is the one, Richard, I asked about. That's the second smallest besides the mosquito, which is too small. And it's the one I would like, I think, best too. Or the mantis. The mantis is a flat grind, but it's the same size.
How small does it have to be before it's too small for Javon?
Well, the mosquito is not too small. It's just a little tiny knife.
That's what you said. You said it's too small.
Well, I've gotten to where a 6 to 7 inch knife's the best. I'll show you the mosquito real quick here.
That's what I'm asking. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, how small is it if you think it's too small?
Well, the link's going to probably throw it off. So it's got a 1.75 inch blade and a 2.3 inch handle. It doesn't have an overall 4.1, but it's the shape. It's an interesting shape. Let me share it.
And P&W Fun Stuff, when he sent me those ink cans here a while back, sent me a little pocket knife. I didn't even know it, dude. I literally was about to throw the envelope away and found this. Oh
See,
yeah, I remember that now. So that's like a little. To me, it's just a little kiridashi.
And then this guy right here, the splicer's small, but I don't like
a carpet layer or something, dude. That mosquito would be perfect.
the wasp right here is a hollow, and it is only 6.75 inches.
But I know this is probably just a little gas station knife, but this was a gift from P&W. It's a tiny little thing.
I like it though.
Yeah, you ever get a gas station knife in hand and then think, man, I wish somebody made this well. You know what I mean? Like you like it enough to wish it was done well.
Let me tell you something.
You know it's not. I know it's not.
Nope.
I spend as much time down, or a lot more time down at Knives and More than I have in the past, usually on Saturday afternoons and Monday mornings when I'm taking knives back. And I always see people in there. Last week, it was a man and his son that must have been here camping or doing something. And they wanted a knife that would whittle good. That was their requirement. I want a good whittling knife. And then Tate started asking if he wanted a locking knife, a folding knife. And he was like, my God, these knives are ridiculously expensive. And he goes, well, we have got a lot of engineers and knife enthusiasts in town that buy them. They're USA made, but we also offer a lot of less expensive knives. And they found him a knife. I don't know if it was a buck or what. That's the whole point. They're people that are going to buy. I think the majority probably of what Knives and More sells is nicer stuff. But I think a lot of the people that come in the door are looking to spend $20 to $50 on a knife.
Hey, have any of you guys checked out? I know somebody in the chat. I don't know if it was Jeffrey Dawson or Troy. I know somebody in the chat already has gotten the new buck.
Dawson.
One of my local pawn shops is a buck dealer, and I got to check it out.
The folding one?
Yes.
Rochambeau's got a review on it. He's comparing.
God damn it, Javon.
But I got to handle. They didn't get the larger one. They got the one that was in 154 CM, the smaller version, and I'm excited about that thing, dude. That little hollow grind and 154 CM at that price range.
Bucks up their game.
I've always hated the term bug out killer. I got sick of hearing that, but that is definitely a more affordable option if you don't want to pay $200 for a tiny little bug out.
I'll tell you a great.
That buck's pretty nice, man. I like it.
I would take the Kershaw Bel Air over the buck only because I know the Kershaw is a great knife, and Kershaw is starting to make a lot of their other popular models as USA Magna Cut knives.
Well, you know why I'm picking buck, though. I mean,
totally.
I have nothing against Japan, but if it can be Japan versus US, I'd rather have US.
Yeah, I'm not hating. I'm just saying that I've been very impressed with, and it was because of Ryan sending me his to check out. I'd never even thought about a Kershaw before. But that little weird, my brain's kind of jumping around because it's getting late, but that weird little bug out that I reviewed, the Loudon, I thought that thing was assisted. That's got the weirdest flipper tab and the weirdest geometry on how it deploys.
Hey, if any of you guys have got a buck strider that you don't want an arm and a leg for, and you're not in a hurry to sell because I don't have the money right now, but I may be interested. I just noticed Five Door said he had that G&G, that buck that had the G&G lock. I've owned that before. It didn't work with my neuropathy, but I may be interested in a buck strider. If you guys have got one.
Shane, you asked me a question earlier.
Yeah.
About this tried and true.
Yeah.
That is so weird. That just proves, I'm sitting here. See how strong I'm pulling my thumb across there?
Yeah. That's exactly what I didn't like.
It's dull as shit when it comes to this, but the geometry is so good that it's still cut.
I've watched Steve sharpen his knives. He literally makes about 4 passes.
So how would you call, with it being that thin, how would you set the angle on that? Huh?
That's just geometry. I mean, I'll probably start it at 20, 22.
That's what I was going to say, 20
and just see what it does. But that just shows you what geometry can do, because that knife is not sharp at all.
Right. I can't even see I can see some shininess where it touched the diamonds, but I can't see like a consistent edge bevel.
So does he use a fixed angle system or a belt?
Imagine what that thing's going to do when it's sharpened.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah. And that's 67 HRC K390.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how sharp it gets.
You might break it tightening the clamp down, Kyle.
Nah.
Does it got a flat or is it fully? I mean, has it got a little flat areas or a fully flat grind?
I think it's full flat grind. I think.
Yeah, because TS Prof has a video. I don't know you know how to do it, Kyle, but how to clamp those so you get even bevels on both sides. That was a good little series. I watched it. And I need
That's
to
why
watch it
Kyle
again.
sharpens my knives because I don't ever worry about that. I just clamp it down and sharpen. One bevel's just going to be.
I'm just honing it by hand right now to see what it does.
Oh, just honing it on one of your stones?
That finish, I like the idea of that finish. I may do my pro cut that way. He media blasted it and then acid washed it. That's how he got that kind of bumpy looking gray. It almost looks like a coating to me.
Hey, Joe. And what was the price, like under 300 somewhere or under 2? I mean, I forget.
It was under 300, yeah. I think 280 or something like that.
Gotcha.
It's just, and I'm not judging at all. I know he's not here, but it's just a little boring to me.
Just a little field knife, kind of.
Yeah, it's just a knife. I mean, it's a very well made knife and a very good steel. It's just the design doesn't knock my socks off. But like I said, I mostly want it because I already had something made by Steve.
The Lot Bin Mini is a great knife. I had one of those.
I wanted something that him and Alex did. And keep in mind, I think he designed that super simple too because it was all going to be.
Kathleen, I saw
that knife is a mid-tech, right, Kyle?
I mean,
if it was all cut out on a CNC and
mid-tech just means it's mid-tech originally was designed or originally named for a custom maker who had something done by a production company, and then he did the final touches on it.
Right. So that's a mid-tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the my response TS Prof follow-up. Let's see this. Let's watch this now. Because I saw that he was reviewing a sharpener that didn't look like a TS Prof. But let's watch this, what Kathleen's talking about. As most of y'all are like, I don't want to watch it. We'll see an ad.
You're going to do that thing where you jump around and we get zero information out of it?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to have to talk in between it so I'm not just utilizing this content.
Nobody is worse. Nobody is worse than you at pulling up a video and jumping around the search bar.
Hey gang, I thought I would go through the comments of the video on this guy here. As I said, this is a really big, expensive thing, so I'm going to try and do as much work for you as I can talking about it. So I'll address anything that I can address that has been asked. I've just got it sorted by questions. I'm trusting YouTube to know what a question is, and I'll just go through as many as I can.
Okay, it's too long of a video. My attention span's already gone, so I'm going to drop the link in the chat.
So
Cedric.
What's the advantage of that one, Kyle? It's just big.
That's the one I've got, the KO3.
Yeah, that's the professional one.
Yeah, that's the big boy.
So that's way bigger than what you have, right, John?
Yeah.
Yes, and what I was curious about
two sizes bigger.
What I was curious about is he's got this sharpener that he did a video on the day before. And I don't know, this might be a TS Prof too. I don't know. Now he's in Australia. Yeah, it looks like it is. Maybe that's the same one that he got the questions about.
That's TS Prof right there.
Yeah, maybe it's the one that he's got the question
Okay,
about.
like a Nintendo Switch controller or a Nintendo Wii, it knows where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the case.
You're right, you need a whole desk dedicated to just that sharpener.
That's the one you've got, Kyle, right? It's got the round holder.
Yeah, that's what that is right there.
I want to watch it though, Kathleen.
That big on your desk. In Cedric's hands, that thing, it looks.
Well, you're only looking at his
like it
clamp.
wouldn't fit in the passenger seat of your car.
No, you're only looking at the clamps on Kyle's.
Right here, I'll move my keyboard. That's gives you reference. That's a full size keyboard with a 10-digit.
I'll make you big for a second since it's just your hand.
No need to brag about your keyboard, Kyle.
That keyboard's nice, dude.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
Yeah.
There's majority of it.
Yeah. Then I've got.
It weighs about. It has to weigh close to 10 pounds.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I hate the most about that Work Sharp. Is
I mean, that thing it's heavy.
It's not significant enough to hold itself still, and it just pisses me off.
And what's so not funny, but to me, kind of, I didn't mean to do that. I made to make you smaller, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it now. I may have just, let me see if I push escape. There we go. All right, let's go this. Have y'all been to Work Sharp's page lately?
No.
Let me show you what they're selling now. They're selling things to make it more stable. Like an additional.
I know that Work Sharp Professional one, though, it's not nice enough to cost nearly as much as the TS Prof.
No, nowhere near. But now they're selling this little attachment that goes in the. Hold on, let me share it. And I had a Work Sharp Precision. There's nothing wrong with it, but when you see the price difference, there's no comparison between the stability.
Did you read Jeffrey Dawson's comment?
Yes, thank you, Jeffrey.
That's fucking hilarious, dude. Yeah.
Where are the accessories? Hold on. Because they've got this little clamp now that you can add to the Pro system that should have been there anywhere. Anyway.
The Pro system.
The Pro system is
like $350.
See, if it had been about 200,
$449.
How much?
$449.
No,
you can
right there, $449.
You can get the one John's got, the Pioneer, for $449.
No, that thing should be even at $240. That way, it's kind of a middle ground between the Precision Adjust and some higher end systems. I think that thing would have a home. But I'm not paying $450 for that.
If you buy just the sharpener without the case, it's $299.
I say all that, I feel horrible because that's a U.S. made product, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, never mind then.
It's $299 if you just buy the sharpener, but it's not anything like.
That's a little more forgiving, but I still feel like $250 would have been an ideal spot for that.
It's USA design, but I don't believe they're USA made.
Okay. But Work Sharp was really good to me. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I reached out to them when I went to the Self-Reliance Festival and told them that I had to do a sharpening exhibition. And they sent me all kind of free stuff to give away. They were pretty good to me.
I don't have a problem with the company. I just don't think their sharpeners are that great and definitely not worth the money.
When it came out, though, it was the only way you could get into fixed angle like that. It was a really good deal at $50. I'll just say that. But now that I've owned it for a while and I've used something else compared to a TS Prof, it's literally a Temu toy.
See this upgrade bundle.
The feel of that thing feels like it was something I bought off TikTok Shop.
The upgrade bundle is $239.
Yeah.
Just for the stones. Let's see because that was just a sharpener. I think if you get it with the stones, it's that $449 price. Unless you want diamond plates.
I still would rather have the Pioneer with the basic diamond stones and then save my money and upgrade my stones later.
Yeah, I can buy stones later.
I agree.
If it's got a 220 and a 600 out of the box, I'm good to go. If I want other stuff, I'll buy them later.
All right,
universal. They've got a universal abrasive handle that they sell for $50. And then stones, but those are like the real only accessories.
It is weird that the Precision Adjust is $50 and the field sharpener is what, $35?
Yep.
I like the field sharpener, all right. As long as you're using it for what it was designed for.
And TS Prof ships right out of Nashville, so they're really quick to ship. Does it feel sharper on your finger?
Oh yeah, like that's
What did you just drop it, or what did you do?
Just honed it, I think.
Took it down to 240, sharpened it on 240 stone, and honed it with 1500, and then dropped it.
All right. Well, stop it for you, dollar.
Well, that shit never does.
If that K390 dulls while you're sitting there cutting paper, we got problems. Well, I can't wait to cut open a can of dip with that.
I may go back and actually redo it all the way, but I just wanted to see if it would come back.
Right. Life got a little complicated. That happens, Tori.
It does, dude.
That is one thing about this knife. This thing sucks at opening dip cans. And it's the very worst cheese knife ever made.
I would think it'd be a good little cheese chopper.
No, it is not. I tried to cut a block of cheddar with this thing, and it's so tall that when it
Bound
got
up.
there, it just bound up. I almost couldn't get it out.
Had to almost stomp through it.
Oh, I had to just roll it and break the cheese off to get to. Yeah,
Shane, this sheath is not much better than yours.
Yeah, I ain't bad mouthing it.
It's okay. It's just.
I'm just saying, Shane, you could do sheaths with just a little bit of two pieces of equipment. I think you could be a sheath making machine. That t-shirt press, do it like Tim does it, and just do taco sheaths, or not taco.
I was getting better at them, like Kathleen. Kathleen's wasn't bad, and I had also learned after Kathleen's on a couple other sheaths I did that I was cutting them too short. I needed to put the knife further in there so that the kydex came up further.
A 10-inch string.
You can always remove some, but you can't add any back.
Hers just had loose retention. That's all.
Yeah, I was making them too. I wasn't coming up far enough up on the handle. But I was starting to learn it somewhat. You know, about 2 or 3 of those I took to Blade Show. I wasn't embarrassed by the sheath at all, but 4 or 5 of them I was. That thing I made Stevie. That was embarrassing.
That was bad.
It wasn't even kydex.
5-door. Yeah, that thing arrived to me with cheese on it.
What did?
That.
Oh.
Stretch XL.
Who sent you a knife with cheese on it? That's just gross, dude.
Right there, the person on the screen.
Yeah. I only say that 5-door because he cussed me out for all the cheese in the pivot of my knife.
Well, guys, we're closing in on Stevie. Y'all got any parting words for these lovely people?
Appreciate y'all.
I'm just glad you spent a little bit of time with us.
Yeah.
Absolutely, guys. And if you're a channel member, stop by tomorrow. It'll be a good one. I promise you that. And it's be at 2:30, but you just have to pop in, pop out. But do me a favor. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And choose to bait, not hate, unless you're just feeling hateful.
I hate that I memorized that. Just annoys me to no end that I have that memorized.